Leak better take off. Leak better take off. Leak about to take off.
Yes. What's good, Melody?
What is good, Swag? What's good, Game Changer? What's good, H&M?
Yeah, what's good, everybody that's on this panel tonight? What's good with everybody that's in the chat right now? Like, what's going on with y'all on this Friday night?
That's what I want to know. Even though we kind of got stood up by our crew, but it's all good. We're going to do good with us. We're going to do good just with us.
Right, man. You know what I'm saying? Gotta make do with what we got. You know what I'm saying? I still think we're gonna have a great show tonight, for real.
Oh yeah, you already know. But I'm not upset at you for not coming because we usually have our show on Saturday. And this was kind of a short notice, I guess, for people.
Yeah, it was a short notice, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you know, Kill 'Em Sweetly came out of nowhere for everybody when we decided to step back into this realm, me coming back home from Jersey. And then you know what I'm saying? And even though we told people about it on that show, I mean, Fridays is always something for people because it's the beginning of the weekend. So I kind of was expecting it, even though I was kind of hoping that the troops would come in on this one, though. But hey, like we said, we're gonna make do with what we got.
Yeah, we have to. We have no choice. Plus, we have a phenomenal panel tonight. Like Game Changer, always bringing it with his humor. He's very smart. I love having GC up here. And then we got Muscular and Muscular. He's also an intelligent guy. And of course, you have us too. Killing them sweetly up here. You already know.
Of course.
So I think it's going to actually be a great.
Oh my God.
Yay, Auntie. Wait, hello, Auntie.
What's going on, everybody?
What's good? What's good?
Oh, man, it just got even better because this is actually a surprise. Auntie said he could not make it tonight. And then look, he's here.
The streak continues.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to be up long, but I'll be here for a little bit. Is that echo me?
That's probably me. But it's about to go off because the song about to go off.
Okay.
But yeah, either way, however long you can stay up here, man, we just glad you showed up, fam.
I'm so happy. You should see my face right now.
We already know you over there probably turning beet red with smiles all on your face right now.
So happy.
Well, as y'all already know, man, the music just stopped playing, so let's get this show on the road.
It's time! For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to rumble!
Hey everybody.
What's good?
Good. Oh, man.
How's everybody feeling tonight?
Great. But I need H&M to cam up though.
Man, H&M got to make it all dramatic. You know how he do.
Of course. You know how he do.
Be like Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget or something.
Exactly. Yo, Aunt, real quick. First of all,
what's up, Auntie?
What's going on?
What's going on, Auntie? First of all, I want to say thank you so much for that intro. It is so dope. Everybody loves that intro. And I've been singing it all day. The Euphoria song, I've been singing it like I can't get it out of my head. I think it's lit. So you did that.
Well, thank you for giving me the material to do it. It was my pleasure.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Of course.
Yeah, I mean, he outdid himself with that intro. I say myself.
He really did. Like people hitting me up like, yo, that was so dope. Like they was like, it fit your personality, like how he did it and everything. They was like, it fit. Cause you know, you like the nightlife, you like partying, you know, and then the kisses, you know, I'm always throwing kisses to the chat.
Right.
You know, I think that was dope.
Yeah, it definitely matched you. That's for sure.
Definitely did. So shout out to you.
Oh, hey, I appreciate all of y'all, man. Thank you for having me. And yeah. I know I get out of hand, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. All right. So what is the first topic that we'll be talking about since Auntie can't stay?
Well, we should be talking about the topic that we hinted towards a while back on the Kill 'Em Sweetly show, especially since
Oh,
Aunt T is a parent himself.
oh yeah. Should we play that? Let me pull it
I,
up actually.
yeah, we gotta give people more context of what we're talking about, you know.
Yeah, so let me pull that up real quick. Um, let's get that pulled up. Am I getting to see? Hold on.
All right, so far I'm seeing everybody up in here. Salute to everybody that done pulled up for the show tonight. I see Cynical up in here. I see Culture up in here. I see Cool Gamer. He was up in here. I see a lot of people. Yeah. Salute to every single one of y'all that just pulled up and showing out. And make sure y'all dropping everybody's links that's on this panel tonight because we want to see everybody numbers grow as far as subscribers go. You know?
Definitely. Salute to everybody here. Oh, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. Just have to share my screen. I sent it to you a few days ago, right?
Yeah, you sent it to me. Did you want me to send it back to you or something?
Um, yeah, if you can send it back, it'll be easier.
All right, hold on.
Fine.
Hold on. Oh, there it go, right there. Let me get this real quick. Okay, reshare it. Okay, boom. I just sent it to you.
Okay, thank you. So let me close it real quick. And
There it is.
about this, because to me, this was crazy. This was uncalled for, and it was disgusting, in my opinion.
It was flat out heinous.
It was heinous.
I
I don't
can't
know
wait.
because I don't have kids. Yeah, I don't have kids. But Auntie, I really want to know what you think and everybody else on the panel.
But before Melody plays it, you know how we get down over here, man. What we about to watch right now, we are critiquing and analyzing what we are watching on the screen from Kendra G Media. So we are all giving our own opinions, analysis, and everything of what we're about to watch. So fair use, y'all.
Fair use. Okay, can you guys see the screen?
I see it.
Yeah.
All right.
So, hello?
So you guys got to listen more than view. Just letting you know. Let me turn it up a little bit. Okay.
I can't see your face. Can't see your face.
Hurry up. When I tell you to do something, you fucking do it.
Hello, you know we can hear you right now. You know we can hear you. Hello? You know we can hear you being your child. Hello? Do you know that we can hear you right now? Whipping your child. Now, we don't know the backstory. We do not know the backstory. All we are doing is listening in. But it do not sound good. It do not sound like it's in your favor. And I don't know why God had me answer this call Are you beating your child?
I was on my phone. I apologize.
No, but that we just heard a woman beating a child. So, and I mean, listen, this is a luck of the draw. I just answered phone. So what the hell just happened? Because it definitely doesn't sound good, and it sounds like it's a baby. A baby that
the baby
obviously
had got
can't
in
defend
trouble.
themselves.
The baby
How
is
old's
2.
the baby? The baby is 2, and that's how you talk to a 2-year-old baby? What the hell can a 2-year-old baby do to get beat and talked to that bad?
That wasn't
At
me.
2 years old? Well, either way, whoever it was, let me tell you something. See, babies can't defend themselves, but this is how God works. So God had us answer this phone in that precise moment. So you could be broadcast across the world to know that that behavior is unacceptable. Listen, I don't know the backstory. I really don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but that sounds real crazy as hell to beat a child that's 2 years old that bad. And then to talk to them in that way. So listen, again, y'all call me, I ain't call you. And the fact that it came through at this moment, to me, I'm looking at it like God speaking for the baby because the baby can't speak for themselves. So I'm not going to tell you how to raise your children, but I'm going to tell you how it's perceived across the world. And that's some crazy shit.
Overstand.
So be happy about that one. Let me tell you something. Y'all don't know how my show works. Nothing is planned. You push the request and I accept. And they probably pushed the request a long time ago. They probably pushed.
All right, you guys heard enough. I mean, I just pretty wanted you guys to see that. So I want to let's start with Game Changer. Let's go in order because we're gonna give them a chance to give their takes before we give them the swag.
All right.
So Game Changer.
Well, okay, so yeah, no worries. So one thing that stood out to me was when he said overstand. You know, like I overstand. I don't like when people talk like that. To me, it reeks of that whole hotep, vibe, which an extension of that is the Black woman is God queen. And an unfortunate side effect of that is she can do no wrong, meaning every action she takes is justified because she's this, goddess queen being from ancient Kemet. You understand me? So once that mentality takes hold, this is the end result. A woman who is overly abusive, in my opinion, to a child, and a man, who's physically capable of doing something about it, isn't. He's on the Kendra G show looking for a woman of his own. So, or whatever's going on there. But, it's a very unmasculine unwillingness to take leadership when it's needed, especially in the protection of children, role that this person has found himself in, and then the woman herself, there isn't, the whole child beaters are bad is obvious. And don't get me wrong. Okay, so here's the thing about 2-year-olds. I understand that corporal punishment. Oh, hello?
Yes.
We hear you.
We hear you.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, I'm back. Okay.
So, all right, okay.
Do I understand? Okay, great. Okay. I do understand that corporal punishment is a tool of child rearing for a lot of children, even 2-year-olds. I also know that it doesn't take much for a 2-year-old. And in my opinion, especially with the talking and the cursing, that was definitely emotionally driven to an unnecessary degree. So yeah, I'm definitely not for that. And yeah, where I'm at in that house, I would say something, even if I found myself in a situation where I was under her, where I'd be homeless if I spoke up. And Kendra G also said something that is a problem in Black culture in general, not just a hotep overstand people. The problem is that, we have this saying, oh, I can't tell another person how to raise their kid. Well, it most certainly isn't polite. it most certainly isn't polite to tell a person how to raise their kid, but sometimes it's necessary when they're doing it completely wrong. Like, you know, you don't want to tell somebody, you know, how to do their job. You don't, because that is rude, you know, and hopefully they don't tell you how to do your job. However, you see somebody, like, for example, this didn't happen recently, but this happened years ago at a Mexican market I go to from time to time. I asked for a steak, and he was mopping, and he had gloves on when he was mopping, and then he put the broom down, and then he commenced to cut my steak. I was like, whoa, listen, I'm not here to tell you how you do your job, but that's just downright nasty. You got, I know you have gloves on, but you got to change the gloves. You just touched the mop.
That happened to me.
Oh, yeah, so that happened to you. And this is, trust me, I go there from time to time. This is a one-off. I'm not saying don't mess with Mexican supermarkets or nothing like that. I get salsa and I get sodas there if I really need a soda, because their sodas don't have corn syrup in it. But yeah, so listen, we have that. It's not polite to, but sometimes you just gotta say something. Like, hey, you know, this is across the line. You know, I had to tell my boy that. I had to tell my boy this a couple times because, and I told you this story privately, Melody. Remember I told you about a friend of mine that needed a place to stay because he was going through a divorce, and he has 2 kids. He had a son and a daughter, and his son was, I think he was like 14 at the time, and he was like, and his daughter was like 10, 11. And he was like, I love you, you know, and he just kept saying it. You know, he said it like maybe like 10 times a minute in the conversation. I was in the car with me. And I was like, how was your daughter anyway? He was like, no, that was my son. It's like, hey, you say I love you too much to your damn son. You see, that's too many I love you.
Wait a minute. There's nothing wrong with saying I love you to your son. I don't think it is. I think you
too
should.
Many times. I'm not saying don't say it, Melody. I'm saying you don't say it every 6 seconds. It's just, it's not proper. It's just wrong to me. It's just wrong to me.
Okay.
I can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe some of the fellas could back me up, but it's just wrong to me. And yeah, so that was one time I said something. I don't want to talk about the other time, but yeah, at one time, you know, it's just certain things. Sometimes you just gotta say something. And I think that he should have said something.
Mm-hmm. He's
so
probably,
yeah, that's my take on that video.
Well, he's probably used to like all the yelling and cursing. I mean, because I'm sure that's not the first time that happened.
Well, he didn't see anything wrong with it. He just said he in trouble, which is, come on now. Like, and he was raised by that. He was raised by the belt.
Well, that shows you how comfortable people are functioning in dysfunction. Like, he didn't even just feel so comfortable, like, just to not say anything. He felt so comfortable to go on Kendra G's a damn dating podcast. And like, right. Yeah, I'm about to sell myself in this environment and broadcast it. Like, no noise cancellation, none of that. And then I'm not gonna mute myself, nothing. Like, he just like Game Changer said, he felt like this was normal. Because it is normal to him. That's likely the way he grew up. That's likely the way his mother treated him, his sister. Because that probably obviously wasn't his woman or nothing. That was probably his sister or something like that. Sister-in-law, you know, auntie, whatever. You know, something like that. Like, this is just the way the family rolls. So that's a problem. I mean, I've seen situations like that. I've been there. And for the most part, somebody usually gonna step in, like, you're getting out of line, like, chill out. I've seen stuff like that. Like you hear a baby crying like that, and then an adult is yelling back. It's like, yo, what are you doing to him? Chill out. You know? So I disagree with that to an extent. When you don't tell people how to raise their kids, but that's a 2-year-old right there.
Exactly.
A lot of times people, unless that's like your second or third child, a lot of people don't know how to deal with the 2-year-old when they got one. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's their first child. So sometimes you do tell, like, chill the hell out.
Agreed. But we're in the Black community, I feel like it's normal for us to like yell and get abused, because we were, not me, but a lot of us were abused as kids, and we didn't think of it as abuse back then. You know,
We
we
were
just thought it was
overspanked.
regular. Huh?
We were overspanked.
Yeah, overspanked. No, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
we were
some parents.
overspanked.
Listen, I knew parents that would square up with their 10-year-old and beat them down like they was a
Oh
grown
no,
man
that's
and woman in the
retarded.
street. You know, I've seen parents pick up sharp heels, and beat the crap out of kids. Well, I'm putting my business out there, but I got beat with an extension cord. You know, so it's like, I guess that's old school parenting, but now it's 2023. You can go to jail for that. And you shouldn't continue the cycle. You know what I mean? We should break that cycle of beating our kids. And
Well,
okay, go ahead.
no, I always thought Black people did it because there wasn't room for like taking away stuff. Like I assume that like white suburban kids didn't get it as much simply because, you know, they had other punishments like I'll take your allowance away or something like that, you know, or your own punishment. But our day-to-day lives was very similar to punishment, and they really didn't have means to enforce it because, you know, they didn't get home from work until like 6 or 7, and you know, and we got to school at 3. So what are they gonna do? Like it. I don't know. I think that negative reinforcement was all they had. Like if your grades were bad, instead of for hiring a tutor or finding out what's wrong, they just whipped you.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Auntie, you have a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
How old do you think the right age is to discipline your child?
Ooh, it depends on what it is they do and how you do it. I mean, when the child is 2 years old, you just got a 2-year-old. Like they really don't have much of a personality yet. They have a 2-year-old's personality, so they do things that 2-year-olds do. They're walking, they're running, they're jumping on things, they're slapping people in the face, like they're just doing stuff. So it's a fine line. It's a fine line because I only have one, and I know how that was. It was just no instruction manual. You never know. Like it's sometimes you got to tap them on the hand. But as far as what I heard, her yelling and cussing at that kid, a disciplinary moment is always supposed to be just that, a disciplinary moment. You're supposed to be correcting bad behavior. You're not supposed to be adding to it.
Exactly.
That's where I saw the biggest problem, because I couldn't see what type of force she's putting behind those strikes or whatever. I don't believe in really striking a 2-year-old. But I get it. Sometimes you got to, well, depending on what it is that she's doing. Well, depending on what it is that the 2-year-old is doing, sometimes it might warrant some kind of strike, just a tap on the hand or whatever.
Right.
But for the most part, the cursing and the verbal abuse, no excuse for it with a 2-year-old.
Yeah, no excuse for that. And also smack them on the butt or tap them in the hand. What I heard. Yeah. It sounded like she was smacking a grown man or a grown woman. That's a baby. And I kind of don't even believe that was a 2-year-old. The way she or he was crying, it sounded like a baby, like a 1-year-old or something. It didn't sound like a 2-year-old. I think it was younger than 2. You know what I mean? It was just weird to me. I don't know.
Agreed.
Right? Like it was crying like I don't know. It was just disturbing to me.
Like I said, it is okay. Somebody mentioned in the chat, it's like, look, when you're in the household, yeah, it is okay to step in and say something. Absolutely. Because parents can get out of hand sometimes. Mm-hmm. They can.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I
okay.
think that he lived there, and for that reason, didn't really have much say so in that household.
Hmm. So you're saying like maybe he lived under her roof with her rules? Is
That's
that what you're
exactly what
saying?
I'm saying. Yes.
Oh, that would make more sense.
Regardless, I'm just saying we've seen that. Like we've just seen that before, especially in black households where whatever, the niece, cousin, little sister or whatever, she comes in the house with the baby. You know what I'm saying? The older, younger brother, you hear the baby crying in the middle of the night. She can't get the baby to be quiet. Look, I'll take him. You know what I'm saying? He just takes him, and next thing you know, baby don't say nothing all damn night.
Mm-hmm.
He chills with his uncle, he chills with his cousin, whatever. All of a sudden, so you know what I'm saying? Men know how to step in when it comes to babies. It's just like somebody mentioned, it's a balancing act, but for the most part, like when you have that man and that woman, there's usually somebody that can calm the child down when the other one can't.
And honestly, I'm thinking that's like a single parent home. I'm thinking that was like the brother or the cousin, or the nephew, and she's a single mother and she don't know how to handle it. Or maybe the baby looked like the father and she hates the father's guts, so she treats the child like crap. I mean, that can
Or
be a
maybe he lives
possibility
in a
too.
shoe.
Huh?
Or maybe she lives in a shoe.
Maybe she live in a shoe. Maybe. I mean, you never know. But
Well, you know how that nursery rhyme goes, or am I saying
Mhm.
something y'all didn't get?
No, I know how the nursery
Do you know how
rhyme
that nursery
goes.
rhyme goes?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay.
Why did it go over my head or
I'm just saying,
No, I didn't know if y'all heard it too, but no, there was no lady that.
I did.
You got it. You got it, T.
I'm just saying I've been there and I know what it is. Like when you have, because it's obvious it's some kind of family where you got family members or people in the house. Like it's not just man, woman, and child. You got other people in the house right there. So usually when it's like that, hey, baby start crying because he knows what button he can push with mommy. Somebody gonna come and be like, look, I'll take him. He come chill with us. You know what I'm saying? Well, sometimes that's the teenagers or whatever, and then the kid is good.
Mm.
I'm just saying. I mean, am I the only one that grew up in households like that?
No, I did too. Like with my
You know what I'm
nephew.
saying? Like we'll take them.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
but
I
ain't none
agree.
of that for you. Like I never remember a woman, a young woman, older one, whatever, having to go off on their child like that when family's around. I just don't ever
Oh,
remember that. Somebody can calm that kid down,
Yes.
oh
and
yeah,
everything's good.
Agree.
yeah.
I
Oh yeah,
absolutely agree.
shoot. I definitely seen stuff like that happen when I was a kid. Whenever one kid gets unruly, even though the mama be over there, is usually like the grandparents or the older aunts or uncles would be willing to step in and be like, "Oh, you better sit out," and that kid will shut up.
Like
So
I got him. Like that's it. You just go over
that's
there. I got him.
that's what I'm saying.
You
I
know what I'm
got
saying?
him.
And then the kids chill. Like usually it works every time. You know what I'm saying? The
Hmm.
kids chill. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They
Exactly.
just pushing that button with mommy because they can. They know it works.
Exactly.
Agree.
So for her to be able to go off like that, just like Game Changer said, you really don't. You might think you have a support system because nobody's saying anything, but you don't have no support system in that house. You don't.
At all. At all. H&M been quiet over there.
He
H&M.
said one thing.
H&M, you there?
I'm here. Give me a second to fix my camera.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just say this without the camera. And by the way, that nursery rhyme, there was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many kids, she didn't know what to do. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Now, how many kids did this old crazy lady have? I don't know. I'm like, wow. And for the record, Melody, yes, I got whip extension cords when I was a kid. That's probably why I'm the way I am now. I don't respond well to bullshit or nonsense. So when I see it, because my mom didn't play that bullshit with me, so I'm not gonna play that bullshit with anybody else. And I don't think it's our place to tell other people how to raise their kids, honestly.
Oh.
Unless you're somebody I know. If you're somebody I don't know like that, I ain't saying a damn thing. But if you're someone I've known for years and years and years, then I'm definitely gonna say something.
So you're telling me?
I do.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say. So you're telling me you don't see anything wrong with her parenting the way she?
Oh, I saw hella shit wrong with her parenting. Why are you yelling at a toddler on Kendra G's channel? Seriously, turn the damn camera off, mute yourself, then go deal with that child. But don't
damn that, nah.
That's bull.
I'm with H&M. I'm with Kendra on that. I'm glad you didn't mute it. I'm glad we all got to see it. I hope somebody reported you. Like straight up, there's because if you do that like that, you got people around. I'm just saying, I grew up in families like that where for the most part, that's a 2-year-old. Like we all about to take the side of the 2-year-old. Like we about to gang up on your mother right now. Straight up. We about to roast your mom right now. Whole family about to do it, and she gonna take it.
But Auntie,
straight up.
Do you think that Kendra cut it off too soon? I mean, nobody know who this guy is because he deleted his Instagram page. So nobody know where he's from or anything. So how can anybody call
He
CPS?
deleted it because they do know, Melody. Like they knew what Instagram page to go to. So they you know, it's getting close to home. They circling around on who this guy is. I mean, he's not even a person who did it, but he's a facilitator.
It's like she said, that baby can't speak for itself, like, you know, but at the same time, like we family in the house, like, hey, your mom about to feel real bad right now. Straight up. You know, that's when you got brother, you got auntie, you got grandma, like we all going in. Give me the baby. What the hell wrong with you, girl? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody about to cuss you out. And we about to laugh at you, like we're about to roast you. You're about to feel real bad. And yeah, we might not give you the baby back until tomorrow morning, until you calm the fuck down. We got him.
Exactly.
For real. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know what type of that's just the type of family I grew up in. Like, we gonna take them. You know?
Absolutely.
Damn right.
I'm just
you ain't in your right mind right now. So we ain't gonna call them authorities or nothing, but we got them. It's all good. You ain't gonna go off the deep end while we here.
I call the authorities.
I'm calling authorities.
I'm calling child protective service, CPS.
Now, hey, I agree if it gets to that point, but for the most part, I can't even imagine something getting to that point like that in the house I'm in.
Maybe like not that one, but if I hear an ass whooping that's you know enough to where I feel that it's necessary to call the authorities, then yes, I'm gonna call the authorities. I have no hesitation. Like in my old neighborhood, everybody knew I was a snitch. I snitched on everybody who did something I didn't feel was right. So yeah, I had no qualms doing that. I snitched. I didn't do it. I did it twice. I snitched on a woman across the street because her uncle was senile and he said that she was abusing her. I was like, all right, I'm gonna call the cops. He told me to call the cops. I called the cops. You know, he had Alzheimer's. I'm like, hey, man, say call the cops. I'm call the cops. So did that. You know, she threatened to get her nephews and stuff. Like, hey, you know where I live. You know, and then there was another girl who stayed like 2 doors down. And then the people in between us, Mexican family, they came knocking on my door, and with a little black baby, it was like, "Do you know who this kid is?" I was like, "No, I don't know who that kid is." There's a kid wandering the street, and you thought it was my kid because I'm black, and I don't blame them for that. But I was like, "Nah," and I called the cops immediately. And and when I did,
I'm sorry. Go ahead and then I'll tell my story. I said, go ahead and then I'll tell my story real quick.
Okay, but then I walked a couple of houses looking for like where this kid might have came from, and it was one with the gate unlocked, with the security gate unlocked, and it looked like there was some toys in the living room. So I was like, okay, maybe this is his house, and he wandered out, but it was nobody in there. So I'm waiting for the cops. And then these chicks came, looked like they was like 19, 20 years old. and looked at me like I was doing something wrong because I was with the kid. And so apparently they went to the store or wherever and left the kid there by itself. I was like, "This your kid?" And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, I called the cops. They on their way, you know." And that was that. But yeah, I have no hesitation. I do not hesitate to call the cops on jackasses.
Real quick before we get to H&M, did you go?
I wasn't quite finished, but I wanted GC to share that crazy story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you this, H&M, real quick. That happened to me, but I feel bad because I gave the kid back. I was at Coney Island in New York. That's the beach. And I found a little 2-year-old little girl, 1 year. She was little. Just looking around lost. And I'm just like, well, hey, where's your mommy? Where's your parents? And she didn't know. So I went back in looking. I had to walk so far. And the parents were just chilling, talking, laughing, didn't even know the baby was gone. So I was like, excuse me, because she was like, Mommy, I was like, is this your kid? And she's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, do you know she was way out the gate, like way out there? If I didn't find her, some creep would have found her. And she was like, oh, thank you. They never knew the baby was gone. I feel like I should have gave that baby back.
I've been in that situation a couple of times.
Serious?
Yeah.
Like I used to go to my son's little league game, and the parents will have multiple children. They might have a smaller child. One kid will be playing. The game will be over. They'll all mob the kid that got finished playing and just leave their smaller child in a crowd full of people. So luckily in that situation, I kind of knew who was who. So you bring the child right back to their parent. I've been in that situation where I've seen. I've just come across children in crowds and you have to, escort them back to security or something like that, like help the child find their mother or, father or whatever, because you never know. I'm not just going to give a child back to just anybody. Like, unless I saw you come with that child and I know that's your parent, I'd rather security handle that.
No, yeah, this was definitely their kid. They just was laughing and talking. They did not know this baby was gone. And this is at a beach, at a boardwalk. They was way in. I had to take this child way in looking for these parents until the kid saw the parents and was like, that's my mom. And I'm just like, oh, hey, is this your daughter? What if, I feel like I'm not religious like that, but I know that God had me find that child, because if someone else would have found her, no telling what could have happened to that baby.
Yeah.
She was way out the gate, way out. I had to walk far.
And this is why you're going to make a good mom someday.
Yeah,
this is why.
Definitely.
I am an advocate of snitching, especially on women and kids, because you can't confront them as a man can a man. So yeah, I see no qualms with a man snitching on women and children at all. And Black people need to get over that thing. Better meat than a baby. So here's what it is. I'm not 2 years old,
Yeah, but true that.
Yeah. So H&M, you want to continue?
Well, I forgot what I was gonna say. No, I was just saying that is just crazy.
Yeah.
And like Auntie said, maybe it's a good thing that somebody did. Maybe she didn't mute herself or turn the camera off. And now they see what the hell is happening, and they see this is a prime example of bad parenting gone sour. This is why I say some people out here don't need to be having kids. Let's face it, anybody can be a parent, but not everybody can be a mom or a dad. Because what y'all just, based on the stories y'all just told me, those are not moms or dads. They're just biological parents who gave birth to some kids they don't give a rat's ass about. Seriously. If you're not fit to be a parent, don't have any damn kids. Sheesh, if you're not responsible, whether you're responsible or not, well, if you're not ready for no child, because taking care of yourself is not the same as taking care of a child. They need more help by comparison. So you're not ready for that responsibility, man. Just say no to having kids. And if anybody shames you for not having kids, tell them to go Go to hell and suck shit through Satan's asshole for all I care. Because that's how I look. That's my take on it.
Oh my God. You funny. All right. That's all you have for us?
My mic is muted. Rock out.
All right. Thank you for that. Classy. How about you? What do you have for us on
Hey, what's going on? What was the topic of discussion? I mean, I came in a little bit late.
I'll play it one more time for those who did not see it. One more time. Okay, y'all. I think, okay, that's it. Share.
A long time ago. Go on, so 2 minutes, you. So, hello? Hello? We can't see your face. Can't see your face.
Hurry up. When I tell you to do something, you fucking do it.
Hello, you know we can hear you right now. You know we can hear you. Hello? You know we can hear you beating your child. Hello? Do you know that we can hear you right now? Whipping your child. Now, we don't know the backstory. We do not know the backstory. All we are doing is listening in. But it do not sound good. It do not sound like it's in your favor. And I don't know why God had me answer this call. Hello? 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 You know we just heard you beating your child?
I was on my phone. I apologize.
No, but we just heard a woman beating a child. So, and I mean, listen, this is the luck of the draw. I just answered phone. So what the hell just happened? Because it definitely doesn't sound good, and it sounds like it's a baby. A baby that
the baby
obviously
had got
can't
in
defend
trouble.
themselves.
The baby
How
is
old's the
2.
baby? The baby is 2, and that's how you talk to a 2-year-old baby? What the hell can a 2-year-old baby do to get beat and talk to that bad?
That wasn't
At
me.
2 years old? Well, either way, whoever it was, let me tell you something. Babies can't defend themselves. This is how God works. So God had us answer this phone in that precise moment. So you could be broadcast across the world to know that that behavior is unacceptable. Listen, I don't know the backstory. I really don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but that sounds real crazy as hell. To be a child that's 2 years old that bad. And then to talk to them in that way. So listen, again, y'all call me, I ain't call you. And the fact that it came through at this moment, to me, I'm looking at it like God speaking for the baby because the baby can't speak for themselves. So I'm not going to tell you how to raise your children, but I'm going to tell you how it's perceived across the world. And that's some crazy shit.
Overstand.
So be happy about that one. Let me tell you something. Y'all don't know how my show works. Nothing is planned. You push the request and I accept. They probably pushed the request a long time ago.
All right. I just wanted to see that part. All right, Classy. What's your take on that?
Well, first off, I have to say that looking at this video, there is no reason in God's green earth that a 2-year-old needs to be beaten like that. For one. 2, if you don't know how to control your own behavior, you shouldn't be having kids. That's just the way I feel about it. 3rd, I've seen situations like this at the hospital where we get infants, small little babies with whip claws across their face, broken ribs at that age. I'm like, it's just sad that the fact of the matter is that mother would basically do this on a live stream. Now, I'm not going to blame Kendra G for this. However, I think this needs to be reported to the authorities because that woman could be really abusing that child.
Damn right, snitch. And what do you do when you get the broken rib babies?
Oh, me? I would snitch on them.
Yeah, you have to, don't you?
Yes.
As a doctor, you're supposed to do that, right?
Yes.
Aren't you supposed to do that by law?
By law, I would have to, but I mean, I have a code that I have to follow through in the hospital, but at the same time, I'm a civilian at home. Even still, I still would call the police. Because, however, this young lady don't deserve to have any kids, in my opinion. If you're going to treat a 2-year-old in that manner, Now I've seen like older kids, like 6, 7 years old, not older, but somewhere around range where they can take that kind of beating. I'm not saying it's right because we've had that happen to us as kids, but not at 2 years old. A 2-year-old doesn't know how to formulate a sentence. They're some of them are just barely knowing how to walk or how to understand.
How to potty.
Yeah, or knowing how to potty, depending on if the mother or said idiot that was online with Kendra G training the child right on how to potty or potty training them correctly. I think this is very sad. And on top of that, I can't, like I said, Kendra G show, I've always seen her show like the internet of Jerry Springer, in my opinion. But like I said, she can't control the telephone calls that come through. But a lot of people that go through those shows are bumbling idiots. And that's my opinion. Because hell, a lot of them don't even have their own life together. I almost cussed. Yeah, I've seen women on that show bring their kids on that show. That's red flag number one. Why do you have your babies on live camera for the internet and the whole damn world to see? You don't even know who's in your town that's a kidnapper of children, and you got your children online like that. Number two, I'm surprised that young man didn't step into that situation and stopped it. Now, I don't know if he was a boyfriend. I don't know if he was a brother, but I know he was a male that could have stopped that. It's obviously that woman got some problems, and she needs to be reported to the authorities. Now, however, I am not a fan of CPS, of anybody taking people's children away. But when I see something like that, I'm calling the cops.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that is so pathetic on the highest level. And for one, you coming on a single show trying to get a man, do you think I'm gonna be like, oh my God, that's the woman that I want to have bear my children? Because I would be in jail for popping her upside her damn head. But I digress.
That's a good point.
No, I mean, yeah, H&M. We got to get past Black people. This whole I can't tell somebody how to raise their kid and no snitching. Like all these codes of conduct that we have as Black people hadn't gotten us anywhere, and just got our babies beat. So yeah, I don't have to be a doctor or a teacher or something to snitch on somebody like that. I don't be legally obligated to do it. I just do it.
Right.
Correct.
I mean, as you should. Especially with kids. Like I don't play around when it comes to kids. Especially when they can't defend themselves. That small. Honestly, I think the child should only be disciplined like that. Not even like that, but like popped or hit after 5 years old. I don't think you should be hitting a 2-year-old,
Well, okay.
3-year-old, a 4-year-old. But like a 5-year-old, you can pop them in the hand, pop them in a butt. But I don't agree with beating with sticks, how we got beat as kids, and extension cords and slippers. My mom used to beat me with slippers and
Slippers.
not hard slippers.
I never took an extension cord. I never took a switch. I never took any of that. But I know people that took. Yeah, they had to go get their own switch. That somebody.
Like, but my grandmother from the South. Believe me.
I was a very. I'm not gonna say I was fortunate, but at the same time, like. My people understood that I wasn't that type of kid where you can just like an ass whooping was the easy way out for me. Like that would have been the easy way out. Like you telling me that shit's over in like 5 or 10 minutes and we're done. Nah, you gotta somebody like me. You gotta punish me till further notice. You gotta take things like you know what I'm saying. You gotta take things that I enjoy, things that I'm used to doing. You gotta take it away from me. You gotta kind of mess up my routine. You gotta be creative with ways to discipline me. But an ass whooping, 5-10 minutes, that's easy. So that's why I agree with what Melody's saying is like, you gotta kind of you want to wait into like it's a happy medium because once you realize the type of personality that the child has, then you start to realize how what's necessary to discipline this child, because you can't discipline every child the same way.
No, you cannot.
They don't take it the same.
But how do you discipline a 2-year-old? How?
She apparently this is
Take
just
their pacifier out their mouth? Like
this
Well,
is
I
just
mean,
me.
so I'm
not.
not entirely, even though I hope to have my own kids.
Oh, go ahead, GC. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I hope to never have to think that she was extreme for a 2-year-old. I think that was to a ridiculous extreme. Like a 2-year-old, a spank with a diaper on, in my opinion, is sufficient. Or on the hand. What she was doing was just ridiculous.
Yeah, it was too far. I mean, the little hand tap that would make a 2-year-old, feel a little shameful and start crying.
And you can hear by her words what it was over. What the kid didn't do something, or he didn't do something fast enough, or something like that. It was something like that. You know?
But Auntie, a 2-year-old, what responsibilities could you give for a 2-year-old?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said that's a problem. Like it's one thing. It's like, okay, 2-year-old hits you, you hit him back. I've been in that situation, and that was a rough one. I went through it with my ex. My son was probably about 2, going on 3 years old, and he had a thing for that. He slapped the glasses off of his mother's face right in front of me. I didn't know what the hell to do. I gotta pop him too, real quick, just like he popped her, real quick.
I remember.
Hey, but she wasn't cool with that. She's like, "What the hell are you doing? Don't be hitting on my son." I'm like, "Yo, he don't need to be hitting on you." Like, we got into an argument right there that night. I'll never forget. So, I understand. It's rough, but I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna let him hit you. So it's deep. But over the kid not moving fast enough or not following the command, he's 2 years old. Come on.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just speaking from a male's point of view. I remember when my nieces was around 1 and 2 years old. Well, except for London, she didn't give a damn what I said. But my oldest niece, Samira, all I had to do was give her a look, or if she did something wrong, all I would do is say no 3 times in a higher tone. Out, no, and she'll start crying.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Maybe it's different for women. I don't know. Usually when fathers give a certain look, or we'll put a little bit more bass in our voice, kids are usually kind of back up like, okay, I shouldn't be doing this.
Well, women are horrible. And I have a question for everybody on the panel.
That's what my best friend's son did.
Do you think that Black women are like the worst when it comes to abusing their child?
That's probably what's being projected.
That's a matter.
I was gonna say I don't think so.
I don't think
that's
so.
a matter of opinion.
No.
Yeah. I think that transcends racial lines.
Right.
I'm sure Classy can tell you, the shaking baby syndrome, or whatever they call it, that goes across, racial lines. You see that with
I'm sorry.
a lot of different races. No, go ahead. You got it.
Well, no, I was going to
I do. You got it, Classy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna make it real quick. It's gonna be like 10 seconds. I was gonna say, I can say this from working in the hospital experience. The majority of the babies that I had that was abused in the hospital. Sorry, white people were white. Okay, go ahead, GC.
Whoa.
Okay, I do feel that Black people do have a cultural connection to corporal punishment. Like the extension cord, the switches. These are things that not only have many of us, with the exception of Auntie, have had happen to us. We also bring it up in regular conversation. So the way we talk about it really is a reflection of how often it happens. So I do think that Black parents, at least in the past, I would say the boomers, resorted to corporal punishment first and quickly. So, yes, it is something that's across the board. I don't know many Black women with Munchausen syndrome or anything like that, but nevertheless, just as a standard practice or as a go-to to correct bad behavior, we do tend to rely on that or over-rely on that. Men and women, Black men and women.
Yeah.
Even though I did see a Mexican woman beat the crap out of her little kid in a laundromat. So, yeah.
You know, I don't see that too often, but I know that it happens. I know that they do it, you know, but when I see like a person walking around with a belt and a purse, you know, and the belt is the same type of leather that the bottom of her feet is, you know, that's it's a black woman. It's a fat one at that, you know, and yeah. No, like they keep it in their purse to constantly threaten their kids.
I've seen parents do that, so he ain't.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you know, I granted there might be Mexican women who do stuff like that, but I'm just saying, like, as a cultural norm, you know, that's a black woman thing.
You said she's a fat black woman.
Yeah, it's typically a fat black woman, and that's because, you know, and the reason why it bothers me that she's fat is because she only bought the belt for that reason. You see, fat women don't need belts; their pants just holds up from the fat. So when she went to the store to get a belt, this was just like a belt. This was funny. Y'all laughing, but y'all not her kids.
Wait, he's serious. He's
no,
serious
you ain't getting it, man. The fact that you said that's the only reason she bought the belt was for that reason.
What else? She can't put it around her damn waist. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. She's not putting it around her waist.
What waist? What waist?
Exactly.
Mahogany said that you like big women. She is convinced that you like big women.
Is that true, GC?
It is not true. Mahogany is, yeah.
I did a whole show on that just a few hours ago. So, hey, you should have spoke your piece on that then.
No, Mahogany. I'm obsessed with in-shape women.
Me too.
The women that is surrounded or like within the big women, you know, it's like they ate them. It's like they ate you, you know, and Melody is, you know, like that's what I'm concerned with.
Okay.
But no, like the trope of the beating black woman tend to be bigger. They tend to be, you know, big women with bad feet. Like they is something about it. So they beat their kids.
You don't see thick women doing that now, do you? Well, not too many.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't like see it or hear it because I am a snitch, and yeah, I will say and something if something like that happens. But no, just to have the threat, like in the barbershop, y'all seen that? Y'all go to the barbershop. I mean, H&M don't, but I mean, you know, we go to the barbershop and you know, you see the chick there with her sons, and she got the belt.
Well, the last time I went to the barbershop, yes, I saw that.
Okay, yeah, back when you went to a barber, exactly, yeah.
I've been to a barbershop in 15 and almost 13 years, but I get it. Damn.
Oh man.
Do you guys remember back in the day when all the parents can beat you?
Yep.
No, fortunately, that was before my day.
Hey, I was about to say,
back in the 90s.
Back in the day, even the next door neighbors will whoop your ass. Even the neighbors will whoop your ass.
I must have been absent that day in the neighborhood. Like
nobody was able
I don't ever remember when it was okay for anyone to whoop my ass, other than, you know what I'm saying, my parent. Like straight up, I wasn't getting ass whoopings from my parent like that. Like there was no way in hell. You know what I'm saying? Like hell no, mom, pop, hell no. Wasn't nobody whooping my ass. So I can't imagine the next door neighbor being able to whoop my ass.
During that time,
listen, I went to Catholic school.
Not neighbors.
I went to Catholic school. Okay, the nuns was able to pop us with rulers.
No, I went to Catholic school, and the nuns were allowed, but I can't remember getting paddled. Like that was like a legend at the school. A kid got paddled a few years back. Like, yeah, right.
You
Like
must
they
have been a
never
good
did
kid.
that.
No,
Auntie.
you don't get it.
Good
When I
kid.
was in school, no. When I went to Catholic schools too. When I was in middle school, I had this one teacher. She had a paddle, and she would spank the shit out of us if we did anything wrong. Well, not like that, but we got it. I got it a few times, so she ain't lying about that.
I did too, actually. I went to a Catholic school back in the 80s, and the nuns were doing paddling back then. And also, the neighbors had permission from our parents back in that time period to actually give us a spanking. However,
Yep.
growing up, I did grow up in 3 different type of environments. Like I
What
said,
you say, Ma? I'm sorry, my mother
Oh,
says no. What you say, Ma? That's right. What you say?
I just happened to be going to the bathroom, and I heard that whole neighbors, and the neighbors was allowed to kick your ass.
she's right.
Even your mama just
She's
confirmed
right. Your
it.
mom just
See there?
confirmed it. She's right.
Even your mama confirmed it. That's how I was when I was growing up, and she confirmed it. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
They say-
However,
Wait, she said that was to you or to your sister? She said that the neighbors had permission for you or your sister?
she was saying
anybody.
Anybody,
However,
man.
now, however, being
'Cause you
around
was a kid
upper
in the
class.
90s.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I was.
Now, however, being around the upper class neighborhood when I was a kid, I grew up around that region because my mother used to work for rich people back in the day. I would see the kids and how their parents respond to them differently. Little Timmy didn't get his toy. Mama, give me a toy. And she put her little finger up. You stop that right now. Mama, you a bitch. Give me my toy. And I'm just looking at my mother like, she looked at me like, you better not do that. And I was like,
Oh my God.
Wow.
No, a
Well,
neighbor
yeah,
doesn't
but I
need
mean,
to
we
be
make fun of that, but I mean, their kids go to Harvard, our kids go to jail.
not
So
No, but that's what I said. I'm like that's the difference. I knew growing up, my mother knew better. Like an ass whooping wouldn't stop me from doing that. What'll stop me from doing it is knowing that mom will make my life hell, like for the next like 3-4 months. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on punishment until further notice, bro. She's about to take my favorite toy, Nintendo, like all of that. Like I'm gonna be maybe looking out of a window or something because I ain't got nothing on the walls. I ain't got no damn TV. I ain't got no damn video games. I ain't even got books that I like read. Like she'll take all of that crap from me.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean about,
Force me to watch Murder, She Wrote reruns or
Oh
something.
God, my mother too. Lord have mercy.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I mean when I say,
I'm not gonna lie. I used to get like and then if I was that bad, I might get some punishment where mom would just tell me, "Hey, just hold your arms up in the air until I tell you to put them down."
That's good exercise, you know.
And that's why I think it's a poor people thing because, like, what if your kids don't have Nintendo because you can't afford one?
Yeah, put your arms in the air until I tell you to put them down. Put your arms in the air until I tell you to put them down.
I did get the soap in the mouth treatment. I said, "Oh fudge!"
That's old school. Soap in the mouth.
Soap in the
That's
mouth.
what our parents got. Like
I got that movie Christmas Story. You know, you put that in your mouth because you said a bad word. You can keep it in your mouth for 2 minutes. And that 2 minutes feel like a forever. Ugh.
It works.
But it works though. But you gotta understand the soap. Go ahead.
I went to a daycare center where she threatened to do that, and we all thought that she would do that. And there was this one kid, Brian, that he wouldn't stop. He was just incorrigible, and so she took him in there. She took him in the bathroom, and we all thought, we was just looking at each other like, "Oh, she's gonna put soap in his mouth," and you know, he gonna die from soap poisoning. And then, like when he came out, like he was all shaking, and we was like, "Hey, she make you eat soap?" And he was crying. He was like, "No, she put water in my mouth."
Water.
First of all,
yeah, it's a bluff. It's a bluff. I mean, I never had to eat soap, but I think that's a bluff. I didn't know until Classy said it that parents actually did that, and I did see it.
Hey! I never had to eat soap, but my brother, I watched his ass have to eat soap, man. Straight little chunk. You know what I'm saying? Mom's cut a little piece of Irish. She cut like a slither of Irish Spring. And made
dang, that's the worst one.
Yeah, he said shit. Yo, he said shit many times, dude.
To me, that's abuse. To make a
How is
kid
that abuse?
put soap in their mouths.
I never heard him use the word shit until he was an adult. I ain't gonna lie, not after that.
That's crazy.
I was probably a good 16 years later. Hear
Well,
most
to
words.
each his own, I guess.
My dad, rest in peace to my nana, but my dad said that she put boiling water.
Oh
She
God.
made him put his hands in boiling water.
Okay,
That's
that's
I don't know
abuse.
why I'm laughing.
That's abuse.
That's abuse, damn it.
I don't mean to laugh, but it's like
No, it ain't funny.
That's
That's
like
boiling
some old,
water.
that's
You know what I'm
like
saying?
some
No.
Hansel and Gretel stuff. You preparing kids to
boiling
be
water.
eaten.
What?
Wow.
Now
Who does
I caught my son sneaking candy one time. I had candy cabinet, and he snuck it like it was first thing in the morning. And I see all the wrappers in the trash can. I'm like, "Did you take any candy?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Come on, okay." Well, finally he comes clean, and I'm like, "Nah, it's okay." And I told him, I was like, "Now you're gonna go in the bathroom." And he was young, so he was missing his two front teeth. So I told him to go brush his teeth. So I told him to stop. So I told him to stop. And I let him brush his teeth. I let him just brush for probably about 25, 30 minutes. And then I told him, I was like, you done? Okay, now rinse. So I tell you to stop. So he's just swigging around, you know what I'm saying? Scope, act, whatever. I let him do that for a good 20 minutes. And then when he was done with that, I was like, now floss. You know what I'm saying? For a good half an hour.
So you had him flossing.
Maybe I would say that was pretty much. I mean,
oh God.
I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of funny. That was kind of funny watching. What was he? Probably about 5 years old. Watching him no front teeth flossing. That was fun. But that was funny. But you can't tell me, hey, he still got a floss. He still got some teeth there. So go ahead and floss. But he never snuck candy again.
I taught him a lesson, so I guess.
They also talk about oral hygiene. It's a good lesson in oral hygiene too.
Well, I mean,
but I'm not gonna lie. Some people would tell me that was abuse, and I'm like, I don't care. That's just what I felt like doing in the moment. I don't really think it was abuse.
That's not abuse.
It went on for about a good hour and a half, maybe about an hour and 45 minutes.
That's some over the top. You just got prank type stuff.
Well, an hour and a half to a 5-year-old can feel like an eternity.
Well, imagine having to brush your teeth, rinse, and floss for an hour and a half straight.
That's messy. Auntie, that's
funny though.
That's kind of bad.
Hey, and you're missing your two front teeth.
He didn't hurt his gums, did he?
I don't know.
Oh damn!
I mean, at that point, whatever you do to your gums makes them stronger. You'll be all right.
I think nowadays
I learned that at 5 years old. So hey,
nowadays punishment for kids is taking their phones, their games, not letting them outside. Tablets, yes, that will hurt a kid to their soul. My nephew, oh my God, he got mad. I took his phone from him. He grabbed it from me and hit me in the face with it.
That's what I'm about to say. Nowadays, you take a kid's phone. Yeah, you take a kid's phone or device. Now it's like, you got to take them. There needs to be a therapy session after that. They need to go see a psychologist because these kids go through withdrawals. Like they have real addictions to those devices. It's not like it was when we were growing up. That's a punishment. You take the game. You know what I'm saying? You tell them they can't use the phone for a week or something. Those were normal punishments. Now these kids will literally. They'll get sick like a dope fiend coming off of it. They'll snap, just like you said. The kid got violent.
It's an addiction. Yeah.
It's an addiction. It is. And I remember back in the day when I was young, my mom took the phone so I can't get on a chat line. Y'all remember the chat line?
Yep, I remember those.
Oh, classic.
How old were you on the chat line?
Oh, I was young on a chat line. I was like 14, 15.
Yeah, I remember those things. You would call that 1-800 number, whatever it was back then, and just talk to random people. Think of it as, I don't know, MySpace before MySpace was even a thing, over the phone.
Oh, I did that with the whole Clio thing.
Raven. It was the New Jersey Raven, the Loop, all types of chat lines.
No, but what I'm saying is you were underage, like trapping niggas.
Oh, yeah. Why was you 14 years old doing that? Why was you 14 years old doing that?
I don't think I was on it for the fun because it was room 1 through 12. and you would be on there arguing with people. Who in the room? Who in the room? Like, and I was a kid. I would come in the room and just blow on the phone. Nobody ain't talking in here. Ain't nobody talking in here. And I would just blow on the phone, like, doing little kid things. I wasn't really like.
Wait a minute. So adults actually went to that?
Mm-hmm. There was adults on it.
Team Fatty, what
That's
up?
annoying.
Hi, Fatty.
What's up, Fatty?
Hey, sir. How you doing? I
What's
don't
going
know.
on, Fatty?
Hey.
What's up, Fatty?
My oh my.
So
Okay,
Swag.
because I thought that it was like a yeah, and I thought that it was like a dating thing, like a telephone dating thing, and like you was just there with grown men.
Oh no, it was all types of people in there. It was G-Hay people in there. The G-Hay people hung out. They hung out in room like 10. And there was a guy on there named Elmo. It was all different like weirdos on there. He's like, hey,
I don't think I would have enjoyed that.
I'm just going to have a conversation with you, sweet Melody. Can't you
Exactly.
please talk to me? Tickle my little tummy.
I don't think I would enjoy that. I'm be honest. I think that, yeah. At any stage of my life, I couldn't imagine myself doing that.
Yeah,
I can't either.
For a 14-year-old.
And I called the Easter Bunny once, like, but I enjoyed that more. I called it for like 45 seconds, then I hung up. I was afraid my mama was gonna see the bill.
Yeah, the bill's like what, $1.99 per minute or something.
Yeah, it was high. Like 976
high,
numbers was high, but I really wanted to talk to the Easter Bunny. I don't know why. I think it was maybe like 7.
Not the Easter
Santa
Bunny.
Claus.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I really want to talk to him, and I want to ask him, do all bunnies lay eggs? Like yeah.
No, do any bunnies lay eggs?
You know, it didn't make sense to me even then. It did not make sense to me even then, but
I think the Cadbury egg messed our brains up anyway.
exactly, and that's what, because it was barking like a chicken, but it was a bunny. So yeah, it really did, and maybe that just sparked my curiosity. I had a scientific brain, but something was just not right, so I had to call to get some information.
I mean, come on, they were selling chocolate caramel filled eggs.
Yeah.
I get it. But hey, I gotta jump off. It was definitely a pleasure. I appreciate you having me up.
It was a pleasure. We had fun.
PC, Classy, H&M. Salute to the chat, man. Appreciate you, man.
All right, man.
Thanks for having me up. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Go outside, everybody. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your vacation, Swag. Peace.
Appreciate that, man. It's the last day for my vacation, so I got to get it out I can.
I feel you on that.
Makes sense to me.
All right. So I guess we can move on to the next topic. Swag.
Well, before I get to that, I didn't even get a chance to speak on the last topic.
I kept saying that. You were just quiet the whole time.
Yeah, because everybody and their mama wouldn't shut up. No, I'm just messing with y'all. But seriously though, man, like that last topic with Kendra G and the kid, the 2-year-old, man, like when Melody first sent me that video, like of course she sent it to me in the morning hours when I was knocked out. But when I did manage to see it, it just made my blood boil, because it's just like, for one, a 2-year-old don't know what they're doing. Like 2-year-olds don't have any idea what they're doing in this world. Like they just now learning how to really walk and maneuver around, and actually learning how to pick things up and using them however they want to use it and stuff like that. So to see a kid, or to hear in this case, a kid getting hit on a live, and I'm guessing it was on the Instagram live, and she just did it without a care in the world, because I mean, come on, she had to have heard Kendra yelling in the background like, "Excuse me, what's going on?" But you still kept hitting the kid like it was no big deal. Like, to me, that was just messed up. And then I think about women like her all the time. They can have all the children in the world, but then there's women out there that really want to be mothers, really want to be parents that can't conceive them.
Correct.
And it's really sad when you think about it, because it's always the evil, vindictive women that can have 50 million children. But when you got a woman that's pure of heart that really wants to have a family and gets told by doctors and everybody else that you're not able to conceive, and it breaks their heart, it's just like it's almost like God plays a cruel joke on people sometimes, even though they all say you just got to trust in the Lord and everything that they do. But it's just like when you go through stuff like that, it just makes you think, man. So
Excellent point. Yeah. Not to mention, I think the system in today's American system doesn't want to see good, healthy families. That's how I feel about it, because I've actually seen us in hospitals give abused babies back to crackhead mothers.
exactly. And them be the ones that will gladly give those babies up just to get a fix.
Yep.
And
Sad
that's
but
my
true.
take on that particular. Yeah. And that's my take on
Yeah.
that particular subject. So let's take it to a somewhat lighter note, because of course we know everybody's favorite bed wench is out here talking all this craziness again. And we talking about Jada Pinkett Smith doing
Oh
the
boy.
same old crap. But this time, now they say it's two things that then came out since the last Kevin Sweetly show. Now they say that the reason that Chris Rock might have got his face slapped on that stage is because he was trying to holler at Jada Pinkett, thinking that Will and Jada was about to get a divorce, and then the other one was on Club Shay Shay with Tommy Davidson, and he came out and said how Will Smith tried to check him while they was on the set of Woo because of a kissing scene. And it's like, woo.
Wow.
So I want to get a lot of y'all's takes on this whole situation, like basically whatever y'all want to talk about with Jada. So, Classy, I see your hands up right now. Let's go to you first, and then after that, we gonna go to H&M and then GC. What's going on, Classy?
When I think of Will Smith, I think of in terms of me, because when I grew up, I met him when I was 9 years old. I went to his concert. He was 17. I saw a lot of the same resemblance and traits of his mentality into myself, because sometimes I can get jealous too if somebody's messing with a female that I'm with, because the way I carry it sometimes is that I felt that I earned access to that female. And
Right.
nobody else should get it. And I've been in that situation before. However, the situation when I saw the video clip on Shannon Sharp's show, Shannon Sharp podcast, excuse me, what Tommy Davidson said, when I started to correlate and put everything together, I was just like, this is a man that has done every single thing in his possible power to please a woman that never, ever loved him.
Nope.
And I think that situation with Tommy Davidson, even to a certain degree, Chris Rock, I think I don't know if that was the reason why the slap came around. I think that he was a part of it, but I think that the August Alsina situation kind of fueled it. Because she actually had sexual intercourse with August Alsina in their bed where they've made their children, which is supposed to be a sacred spot for a husband and wife, in my opinion. However, at the same time, it seems like ever since they've been together, Will has been fighting his butt off to get this woman to love and respect him, and she really never did. And so he's acting out like a grown child. He's acting out to everybody that goes up to Jada, and he's just getting worse. And all she's doing is making him look more like a bigger fool. But that's my opinion on it. Go ahead.
Man, straight facts, Classy. Straight up facts. I couldn't have said it any better myself. Go ahead,
I want to
homie.
add one more thing. That when she said they had been divorced for about 6 or 7 years?
7 years, yeah. Well, she said separated, but we all know what that means.
Separated. However, even though I think Will was doing his thing too, but I think she was the one that initiated this. Because usually if a woman doesn't have any respect for you and she doesn't revere you in the same manner as like her best friend Tupac, you're not gonna win that battle. you're just not going to win it. No matter how many gifts, no matter how hard you do something, if a woman is not attracted to you in the way that you want her to be, I don't care how rich you are, she will never, ever surrender herself to you like that. Now, however, she did have kids, but we know how that situation happened. She even admitted she never loved Will. And I blame Will for this because he admitted that he had cheated on his first wife with Jada. So unfortunately, some of that karma is coming back on him, because he even said in a recent interview not too long ago that he wished he would have never left his first wife, which is Trey's mother.
Mm-hmm.
So, however, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and land my plane. This woman never respected Will Smith, and now he has to eat this for the rest of his life. Because you know why he doesn't want a divorce? You don't want that money to become separated. But go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's just like they say, man. How you get them is how you lose them.
Yep.
And he got him by messing around with Jada when he was messing with when he had his first wife. Now he said that the grass ain't green on the other side, because I mean he sacrificed everything for Jada. Everything. And I mean, I was thinking of something too, but I'll get back to that in a minute. H&M, what you got for us, man?
At this point, nothing surprises me anymore. It doesn't. And I ain't gonna lie, when I heard they got married back in '97, I had to be like at least 12 or 13. I kind of thought they were the power couple themselves. You know, they were the next. I'm gonna say they were the next thing. They were the next big thing compared to Barack and Michelle Obama from 2008. That's how people were looking at them. They were basically the Barack and Michelle Obama of the 1990s. But excuse me. But after what's been going on lately, I'm like, And also keep in mind, this is the same woman who's still pining after Tupac Shakur 2 decades after the man been dead. Seriously. She showed a whole video of them doing a reenactment of his song, Parents Don't Understand. Okay, I appreciate the memories, but come on. Why are you showing this knowing you're married to a new man? Let that man rest in peace. Come on. I love Tupac too, but damn. I'm not the one married to somebody else and pining for his affection. Missing his little bad boy vibe or whatever he gave off. So come on.
Mm-hmm.
So no, Will needs to leave her alone. Now, granted, was he in the wrong for cheating on his first wife with Jada? Absolutely. I never knew that. I knew he had a first wife, but I forgot her name that quick. But if that's what really happened, then yeah, he should be definitely held accountable. Not only that, remember, men control access to marriage, women control access to sex. So if you give access of marriage to a wrong woman, then yeah, you are at fault for that. That's like giving a drunk person access to your car, knowing they're going to get into a bad accident. You just asking for trouble. So I put a ring on her finger knowing she's going to be trouble. So yeah, I do blame him for that. My mic is muted. Rock out.
Rock out. Good talk. Good one, man. That was up, man. That was a good take right there, man. But GC, what you got for us on this? I know you got something to say about this, yo.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot with that. And I do agree with Classy that he should have never left his first wife. His first wife was the one that gave him normal kids. His first wife still has hair. His first wife is still an attractive woman. And most importantly, his first wife still has hair. So he really made a bad decision with that. Jaden and Willow are just like runt kids that don't look like the gender that they are. And yeah, it's a boy girl and a girly boy. They just weird. And I think it's because Jada Pinkett has alopecia that the kids are so awful. And his first wife doesn't. So that's part of it. But another part of it is there is a lot of lies in that book. There's a lot of things that don't make sense. And it does seem like she wrote it with intentions because it came at an opportune time because, her Red Table Talk thing has been canceled. That's over. You know, she don't have much of an acting career. And then, like, right after the Red Table Talk was canceled, you know, just out of nowhere, here comes this book. Here comes this book out of nowhere, and it's a tell-all, and it exempts her from, you know, all fault and all crazy, you know, including the August Alsina thing. It's like, okay, well, we were separated, so, you know, so it exempts her from everything, and it kind of puts the blame on everybody else but her. And it's way too convenient. It's way too convenient. And as far as the Chris Rock thing, let's address that. Let's address the lies in that. That is clearly a lie. You see, you know how people say this person played the race card? There's always the he hit on me card that a woman can play at any point when she and others have conflict with a man. And what that does is, at the same time, for one, it aggrandizes her. And for two, it shames the man. It makes him seem like a loser that's bitter, rejected, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, and once that horn or whatever has been pinned on that man, you know, then every subsequent action afterwards seems weak. But it's commonplace. A woman gets fired. Oh, he was hitting on me. You know, like any interaction, you know, like if you call a neighbor if you call the cops on a neighbor because you hear her beating the kids, no, he was just hitting on me. He mad because I wouldn't give him any. You know, that's always the case. It was the first go-to of the brick face bitch. It was the first go-to of her. He was hitting on me. This is a common lie. This is listen, if the race card is the Joker with the B on it, this is the regular Joker, or maybe even an ace of spades. Like if the race card is the draw 4 wild card in Uno, then this is a regular wild card. You don't have to drop 4 or skip a turn, but it's still wild. It's still wild, and she is playing that card. Chris Rock didn't hit on her. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that he hit on her the same year that, you know, like all of this happened at once. So Chris Rock hits on her, and then she decides to, you know, start a boycott of the Oscar for a man who just separated from her that same year, 2016. And then Chris Rock roasted the person he just hit on. Or did he roast her after he just humiliated her in the Oscars? Like, hey, so now that I humiliated you in the Oscar, how about some dick? Like, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's a lie. I can see the pieces. It's a lie. It's meant to go for it.
No, I was saying I can see the pieces of your puzzle coming together.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is just something that people say. And the truth of the matter is, and this is the truth, is that Jada is not that hot. Okay? You're 3 out of 4 of the entire Set It Off crew. You're not that hot. Yes, you're only hotter than Queen Latifah. You're number 3. You're a bronze medalist for 4 bitches. That is no, it's true. You're always the worst thing. You're not that hot. You weren't that hot in the 90s, you know, like you just wasn't. I'm gonna put it like this. Have you ever seen Jada Pinkett in slow motion?
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. It just hit my head. Yeah, I see where you're going with it.
You see where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah.
Jada Pinkett is not hot enough for slow motion.
Right.
In other words, Jada Pinkett is not, nor has she ever been hot enough for slow motion. Nia Long, when she was in Friday and she was running, you know, and it was in slow motion.
Yeah.
You can also use that
when she was running away from the cops and she was all bouncy. It was in slow motion.
You can use that with the Tia and Megan Good.
She was in Woo. She wasn't in slow motion either.
Turned around and seen Eddie Murphy. It was in slow motion.
Yeah.
However, Jada Pinkett is not. Oh, am I back? Okay. Jada Pinkett is not hot enough for slow motion, and the only person who think that she is Will Smith, and it's a shame. He's foolish.
Yeah.
He's foolish.
Yeah.
He felt that he was too tall, and he had to fuck up his kid's gene pool. So that or whatever. I don't know what's going through that man.
GC?
I'm Borgen.
You sure are, man.
Yeah, I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
No,
Yeah.
I hear you. We hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I got a lot going. Yeah. But no.
Right.
So the thought that Chris Rock would try to get at her of all people is ludicrous. It is ludicrous. You know, she's just not that hot. She's not hot enough to wait till after Will leaves and then try to boing. But you know, you can't prove a negative. So that's not the case. But so she's just gonna throw that out there to make it seem like, you know, go for it.
I was going to ask you that's a great analogy that you use about the slow motion. That would also apply to like Megan Good and Tia Mowry in the same aspect. They both were bubbly kids back then, but one just looked a lot more hotter than the other one. GC?
Absolutely.
Okay.
No, I'm here.
You got to remember, class.
But no, Megan Good is definitely slow motion worthy. Well, Megan Good is definitely slow motion worthy. Tia Mowry is fast forward. You fast forward when you see her.
Yes.
You hurry up and get the scene over with. You know, she is annoying. Like, I mean, you my age. Nobody ever had a thing for Tia Mowry or her sister. They just wasn't like that. Like, they just didn't have that it factor.
That's why she's having a hard time now. But anyway, go ahead.
Exactly. She assumed that she was hotter than she was, but she's just not that. She don't have that it factor, and neither does Jada Pinkett. Chris Rock was not, and this isn't me, you know, defending Chris Rock because he's a fellow funny man. No, this is me understanding how it works. Because trust me, women play that card all the damn time. I had that card played on me so many times. Like, because I roast people. I roast people a lot in real life. So yes, when a chick is getting it, you know, that is one of those go-tos.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's true. Sometimes I do shoot my shot and get shot down, and then I commence to roasting, you know, just out of spite. I have done that. But most of the time it's lies. Most of the times it's lies. And I know because I played that card. But it's funny and cute when I do it. You know, chicks get mad at me and then they try to come at me. I'll be like, oh, no, she just mad because she wanted some dick and I wouldn't give her any. Like, I say that all the damn time. So, yeah, I know how that card works, and I know that Jada Pinkett was playing it in that way. She's just trying to play Chris. That is way too convenient that he just called the day after how come he heard about, you know, the separation, but nobody else did? You ever wonder that? Like, nobody else in the world heard about the separation but Chris Rock. Like, this isn't like DJ Jazzy Jeff or Carlton or even your own damn kids. This is Chris Rock. Like, did they ever even do a movie together?
Who, Jada Pinkett?
No, Chris Rock and Will Smith.
No.
Yeah, like
only thing those two did together was Chris Rock was on the episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That was it.
Okay, so yeah, the episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air years ago. But you know, Will Smith, I mean, like if it was Martin Lawrence or something, that's one thing. But how would Chris even be in the circle like that to where, you know, he knows or cares or like, you know, hey, I'm gonna hit on this nigga bitch while they still married? Like, what the fuck? No, I mean, so basically this was her clapback at Will Smith, at Chris Rock, but it's a lie.
I can see it. Yeah.
It's a lie, you know. And furthermore, and it is supposed to justify the whole slap. That don't justify the slap. Like, no, because listen, if you had this, you know, grudge since 2016, this 7-year grudge against Chris Rock, Why was you sitting there laughing at his joke before you slapped him? No, that don't make no damn sense. It's lies. It's bald head lies. And that's the problem. But every lie this bitch told, God took away a hair. Like,
Excellent. That was excellent.
I hope Chris Rock steals that one. I hope he do.
Oh man.
That was excellent. Wow.
You're a marvel, DC.
Oh my god. After every line, God took a hair. Oh man.
God.
That was a good one, man. That was a good one.
Classic.
You should write that down.
Oh boy. You got anything else, GC?
That's my thoughts on that. Yeah, that's
all right.
She's just looking out for her books. That's why she's bringing up Tupac. She's doing anything she can to stay relevant because Hollywood is not in a desperate need for a bunch of bald head short bitches. Like, old ones at that. Like, honestly, like when has there ever been a demand for bald bitches? Like, I mean, she could have been a Dahomey chick, but she's too short. Like, she's not even like...
She's small.
Yeah, she's short, so she couldn't even be like a Wakanda forever or Dahomey forever. She couldn't be anything forever,
Oh,
Ninja forever. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, defend Oz? Like, what in the fuck? Like, how do you cast somebody like that?
Point. You got a point. He's got a point.
Oh my god, yo.
If we make a new Coneheads movie, she'll probably be a shoe-in for that, maybe.
Yeah,
she probably would have took the role if they made the G.I. Jane Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How many Navy SEALs that's 4'14"? Like, no.
That's a good point, man. That's a solid point.
4'14".
I've seen her in person. She's really small, like short. I'm like,
see, look at it. I ain't even got to be in front of her to see that.
And Will is 6'3", so I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but every time he turn around, all he do is like, there she is. She's wonderful. Yes.
Yeah, he does do that.
Yeah. All right, man.
That was good.
You killing us.
Oh god. All right, Melody, you got something you want to say?
Melody, you there? Oh, there you are.
Unmute.
You're muted. You're muted, my girl. There you go.
Nah, I got it. I'm listening. Y'all got it.
You got a coach.
You better, or you're gonna get it.
Hey, chat, put villain in the chat.
If y'all don't quit calling me a villain, why I gotta be a villain?
Put villain in the chat, y'all. All right, go ahead, Melody. What you got to say?
Anti-hero. Oh, sorry.
No interrupting. No interrupting. Go ahead, Melody.
I said y'all got it. I'm listening. Y'all got it.
Oh, you didn't have nothing.
We all gave our takes.
I got the same takes as y'all. Go ahead.
Oh.
What? Okay.
Oh man. Even though I thought it was funny. But I thought it was funny though. Like, I think it was a recent interview she just did with what's the name? Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, talking about how Pac basically proposed to her while he was locked up. And it's like, yeah, she's still out there, man. She's still out there.
Who?
Constantly.
Where's the letter?
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know.
Where is the letter in Tupac's handwriting? I'm telling you, lies.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I think it was a lie.
I knew that was a lie. Like, come on.
Lying like a mother. Man.
Because my thing is like this is ridiculous. Is that she claims that this man was so much in love with her that he decided to be engaged to Quincy Jones' daughter. before
Get
he
out of
died.
here.
Come on.
Get out of
Exactly.
here.
And
Right.
she's normal. Like everybody is better. Like everybody that people had access to, Will Smith ex-wife better. Notice how when they divorced, she didn't cause a scene, and and look at how normal his only normal kid is. Like
Trey.
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Trey, the oldest one. Yeah.
Yeah, Trey, he's like normal, like I'm not gonna say like me because he's normaler, but like he's normal, and the other two,
Normal.
Jada's DNA is just all fucked up. The son's hair longer than the daughter, like everything is just fucked up.
That's one thing I could say about Will Smith, that he did Trey a better job keeping him away from Hollywood limelight.
Yeah,
I mean, but what do you expect?
Tupac would have been better off with Quincy Jones' daughter. She still got it, somewhat. I think she's still single.
Kadada?
Yeah. Well, she definitely was colder than Jada. I say that.
Oh, she was. God, she was beautiful. My goodness.
Everybody was beautiful than Jada. She was ranked third in her own damn movie. She was ranked third and set it off. Like it was only 4 chicks.
She didn't even look good and sexy.
Even now though, man, because Vivica look a wretched mess nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's because Vivica, she should have kept doing what she did before she met 50, kept working out and looking good, but she went under the knife and started reconstructing her face, and it just went all bad. And
she looking like a fat jigsaw.
She looked like Miss Piggy, literally.
She looked like Jigsaw to me. All she gotta do is paint them cheeks and be like, "You want to play a game?" Shoot, she looked just like that to me.
Yeah, Vivica really. I mean, it's a shame, but I mean, that's what she deserves, and that's what Jada deserves.
Yeah.
Like Will Smith would not have been better off with Vivica Fox. No, he should have stuck with his first wife. He should have stuck with his first wife. I don't know what did he think that Jada Pinkett had. She had a high top fade in Jason Lyric. Like, I mean, there was nothing. Even then, like, it's not like she just all of a sudden lost her long, luscious hair. She's always had short hair. Like,
You know what's funny? Grant Hill came out and said, "I'm so glad I choose Tamia over Jada Pinkett."
Everybody's over Jada Pinkett. Like, even Kevin Hart is over Jada Pinkett.
Yeah.
Grant Hill, I read an article. He was just like, "Oh my God, I'm glad I dodged a bullet." I was like, "Wow."
I mean, but Tamia is a beautiful woman, though. Like, I mean, even though she done got thick over the years, she's still fine as hell.
I mean, that's having kids.
Tamia.
Tamia Jones?
No, the singer Tamia.
Grant Hill's wife. Grant Hill's wife.
Oh, okay. But
and plus, hell, she's still more relevant than fucking Jada. I mean, with that,
exactly.
I can't get enough of you, because they'd have turned that song into a line dance song. So shoot.
Yep.
Jada Pinkett, I mean, like, not only is she irrelevant, her entire DNA is irrelevant. Like, no matter how much Will tries, like, her DNA she don't have the DNA of a relevant human. She don't.
No. Like I said, when she had those cheekbones done up with surgery, I said she looked like the creatures from Avatar.
She actually do look like those creatures from Tales from the Crypt, that movie she did.
You talking about Demon Knight?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. Will Smith's wife is more attractive.
She always tried to play like tough roles, like she was supposed to be the tough kid in Different World and Woo and stuff.
Yeah.
And oh my God, Woo.
That she did not look sexy. She did not.
Like, ooh, maybe if I put on a tank top and a little jacket, then people will think I'm highly. No, they won't.
No.
It was the worst, and even back then, it was the worst movie there was. Like, and everybody did something of that type, like Booty Call or something like that. But You know, it's better when it's a hotter person. Like stay out of. I can't stand when a women go for the hot single or the hot leading lady role and they just don't qualify. You know who else tried to do that crap? Zoe Saldana.
Oh yeah.
Zoe Saldana is hot, but not hot enough. Colombiana, bitch!
Oh God.
You are ill-qualified. You are ill-qualified. Like Angelina Jolie in Tomb Raider is qualified. Scarlett Johansson as a Black Widow is qualified. You are not qualified. You are not qualified. You are sexier blue. Let me be clear. You are sexier blue with a bunch of CGI tails and crap. That is the sexiest you can be as an avatar. You look worse as a human than you do as an avatar. That is what you are. And I'm not saying you're an ugly woman, but you're not you can't carry a movie with your looks alone. It's just not that hot. You're just not that hot.
You can be fine and have your sex appeal not be in there. It can happen. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you are an attractive woman, don't get me wrong, and you're good for Star Trek, you know, as you know, Lieutenant Aurora. But you know, but you're not like people want to watch you, you know, kung fu fight for 2 hours. Nope, it's just not that hot. You're just not that hot.
Nope.
So yeah, like stop trying to transcend into hotterness. You know, Jada Pinkett, she was cool. She was cool in Inkwell.
Oh yeah,
Inkwell,
she was.
She fit that role well. You know, yes, she was the leading girl, but you know, in a girl world, and Lorenz Tate is playing a young man, she was perfect. She was pretty for the love interest of a virgin. You know, so yeah.
I agree with that. I do.
Yep.
She had the hottest guy on the beach, and even he was cheating on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, who? What?
Morris Chestnut. Morris Chestnut was a boy interest in the movie, boyfriend interest in Inkwell.
No, but I thought Morris Chestnut was the one that was married to the woman from House Party.
No, I was talking about the
on
movie.
the Inkwell,
and then he cheated on her. But
on
not
the
with
Inkwell.
Jada Pinkett. Yeah.
No, he was married. GC's right. They never showed the. They showed
he
the
was
woman
married
one
to the
time.
woman from Baby Boy.
Yeah.
Oh
AJ
yeah,
Johnson.
that's
AJ
right.
Johnson.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, she was married to a woman from Baby Boy, and then he cheated on her with a random woman, and she was so distraught that she decided to commit statutory rape, and take a, you know,
Lorenz Tate,
and take a kid's virginity, a kid with mental issues virginity. But it's okay because she's a woman, you know.
It always is.
That's a whole nother topic right there.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's reverse the gender. Like, you know, like, oh, I'm so distraught that my wife cheated on me, but here's this 16-year-old girl that with psychological issues that's a virgin, so it's okay because I was cheated on. Like, I mean, come on now. Like,
man, they locking him under the jail. He ain't even gonna have a chance in hell, man.
They wouldn't even put that on the movie screen. Jesus.
No. If they did, they'll label him as a freak or a monster. It ain't gonna be like no love story, like or rite of passage, like how that scene was.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I mean, the Lorenz Tate character, huh?
No, I was saying I gotta go soon. What's the next topic?
Oh,
you was about to say something? Go for it.
Yeah, because I was just gonna say, like, the Lorenz Tate character, he was so infatuated with, you know, the Jada Pinkett character in the movie, but since he couldn't get her, he was so distraught because he couldn't get her. Then that's when the woman that got cheated on by Morris Chestnut performed statutory rape. You know what I'm saying? So That's how that happened.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think he went to his house with some flowers. The light turned on. He looked through the window, and there they were getting it in.
Yeah.
So he ran away. I guess he bumped into the other woman on the beach, and they did a little something.
Yeah. She was standing. She was sitting there on the beach talking to him, trying to get to know him. Next thing you know, one thing led to another, and he let her clack them old cougar cheeks.
And by the way, which he was underage at the time. I think that was AJ Johnson, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah. It was her.
Yeah.
How old was she at the time? Well, based with the characters anyway.
Well, AJ Johnson, I think she's in her 50s now. I think.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
She's 55 years old. Yeah.
So she's probably in her 20s when that movie came out. That was back in '93.
Or
Probably
at least
late 20s.
probably late 20s, early 30s, I would say. All right. Anybody got a topic? Because I think I'm done talking about Jada. So anybody else got a topic they want to touch on? Because I know GC said he got to go.
I had one.
Go ahead.
All right, but I put it in the Discord. But there was some updates on that whole Carly Russell situation from months ago.
Oh yeah.
Y'all remember? Yeah. For those that don't remember, she's the woman who said there was a kid on the expressway, called the police, and then they alleged that she was kidnapped or whatever. When all the evidence came together, there was no child on the expressway. She was never kidnapped. Instead, her little goofy ass just went off the grid for a couple of days to get back at her cheating boyfriend. And then she made it back home safely. And her parents was like, nope, just let it all go. Yeah. So now it's like I saw a video, shout out to Pink Book Lessons for covering this. Her mom is not even holding her accountable for this nonsense.
Nope.
And I have a feeling she knew about it. Of course, the father, he didn't say anything, but I guess he couldn't given the situation. But nobody held her accountable. They didn't want to talk to the press. They just walked around like they owned the damn world. So it's like, oh my God. It's been months and no one's holding this stupid woman accountable. Seriously, what? And I heard there were similar stories, like a young girl in Florida pulled the same stunt, and somebody else in another state pulled the same stunt. So this is what happens when you do stupid stuff like this. You're gonna start influencing the wrong kind of people. Young people specifically. Jesus.
It amazes me that when she went to court, I think she only got 2 misdemeanors. They didn't even give her a felony.
Misdemeanors?
And not to mention what's so sad about the situation, I think, who's going to come out of pocket for all the bull crap that she did is going to be her father. He has to pay, I think she has to reimburse the court or the police department $19,000.
Well, let me ask you this, Classy. If you was Czar of America, what punishment would you inflict?
Me personally, I would give her 2 years in jail.
Okay. H&M?
Only 2.
Well, I mean, you could go. I mean, I wouldn't go no more than 5 because why?
H&M, what would you do? 5?
I'm gonna give her the max.
What would be the max?
Jesus.
You gonna give her 25 years of life?
Corporal punishment.
Oh my God.
What would you give her?
I'll probably give her 3 years.
3 years. All right. Kill Swag?
Give her 2.
Why y'all being so easy on her?
I wouldn't give her any time, but I would have. Okay, so there's a scene from Game of Thrones where the woman had to walk down the city or through the city naked while a nun was ringing the bell saying shame, 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 and ringing the bell. And then people were throwing vegetables at her. I would do that, but it would be a longer walk. And it would be down that same highway that she was lying about the kid on. Right.
Would you record it?
Well, the people would. I wouldn't be, I would just administer it. I wouldn't be in the crowd, but yeah, the crowd could record it, and I would hire a nun with a bell to say shame, shame, shame. It would be just like that.
It probably will work. It probably will.
I'm not the only sick bastard on here.
I mean, I don't know. The way she sashayed out of that courtroom, she came out like she owned the courtroom. I was just like, wow, no shame there.
Exactly. Let's see if she sashays down the walk of shame. Like, yeah.
Hall of Fame or Hall of Shame.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hate to say this. I really do hate to say this, but I have to say it. When you have the vast majority of your court system in this day and age are ran by women, you can see why women won't get punished the way they would. I'm not saying there aren't no simps on the courthouse, but still.
Or they have a natural imperative to protect women.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the day, they didn't. Like, I mean, you know, they had stonings and witch burnings and all kind of stuff way back when. But somebody said something. I think it was Mahogany, that was saying that that's not a high top fade. Yes, it is. You see, not every high top fade was that high, like Kid and Play. But no, Jada Pinkett had a fade. She did have a fade. She had a Boyz II Men 80s style Bell Biv fade. Just on a chick. It was the only way she could feel taller. Like, but no matter what, it's a man's hairdo.
Good point.
Oh man.
Oh, that's funny. It's got the finger wave high top.
Yeah, exactly. Man. Like, this would give me an extra inches for those rolls for tall chicks. Like,
oh.
Like, yeah. But, I mean, she never had like a woman haircut except in Inkwell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when she had that long hair. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's the most feminine she's been. Whoa,
exactly.
What about Woo?
I guess.
Woo was short.
She had a little T-box thing going, but it didn't match. It didn't really do anything for me, but hey.
What about the Nutty Professor though?
Which one?
The first one, the Nutty Professor.
Well, see, here's the thing about the Nutty Professor. That's when she got her idea of the whole Chris Rock scandal. So remember when she was sitting in the thing with Eddie Murphy and Dave Chappelle came up talking crap, and she didn't like him from the last show. So Eddie Murphy went up and beat up Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's where she got that idea. See, I think the Oscars was the first time that she sent the nigga up to beat up a comedian.
No, it's not. Going back to Tommy Davidson, it has been confirmed. It's not the first time.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and Tommy Davidson is no bigger than Chris Rock. He's small too.
So yeah, she's been sending niggas up on the stage to fight comedians her whole damn life.
Mm-hmm.
In movies and in real life.
Yeah, exactly. She did that scene in a movie and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna make my husband do this one day. I'm gonna see if he does like Eddie Murphy." She was like, "Hey, Will, I did this movie and something turned me on about when Eddie Murphy went up on stage and beat up Dave Chappelle."
After talking shit about him.
Exactly.
Oh man.
It's something about a man just disrespecting comedic license that just turns me on. Like, so he did, but it wasn't as cool. Will Smith not cool like Eddie. He not cool like that. It don't work that way.
No, not at all.
And I think Eddie would test him. I don't think Chris Rock and Tommy Davidson, they don't give you the vibe that they're going to test you on that level.
Nah, I mean, I think any comedian is, I mean, you're not supposed to be tough. You're a comedian. Nobody's going to laugh at somebody that could whoop their ass. Like, men are wired to not laugh at somebody that they A, want to fuck, and B, that they want to whoop their ass. That's why female comedians look like shit. Like, you don't laugh at a woman with your dick hard. Like, I mean, you can't.
That'd be the weirdest thing in the world to see. I can tell you that. Or hear.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, and you don't. And if Terry Crews was a comedian, who laughing? Like, who laughing at Mike Tyson? Like, you tell a joke and you're like, oh damn, that's funny. I ain't gonna laugh though. Like, what the fuck?
I probably would laugh just to make him happy so he don't beat my ass or try to whip my ass.
Nah, no. What you gonna do, Mike? You laughing at me? You laughing at me?
You're a funny man, Tyson, and I love you for it.
You laughing at me? You think I'm some type of joke? You think I'm up here a clown? You think I'm here for your amusement or something? Last time I amused somebody, I knocked his ass out. Is that what you want? You want me to amuse people? Like, what would you do if Mike Tyson said that? We're wired to not laugh at people that can whip your ass.
I would be stiff as a board.
So, like, most comedians, like, that's what, notice he didn't do shit like that to 50 Cent. Like, I mean, what the fuck, nigga? Like,
yeah. 50 Cent would have knocked his ass back to Philly.
Yeah. And I said it the day it happened. Like, what if it wasn't Chris Rock, but what if it was The Rock? Nigga, what?
Oh.
It would never happen.
That would have never went down.
What if it was The Rock?
Yeah, exactly. And,
Rock bottom his ass and people's elbow on the stage.
Michael Jai
White. What Gigi just said.
Michael Jai White didn't even let him complete the sentence. He said, "If that was you, no." Do you think that? No, don't.
Hell no, I wouldn't even test Michael Jai White.
Man, Michael Jai White ain't even gonna entertain that.
No,
he ain't doing that.
He'll walk away. Don't even finish that sentence. The thought of it is so absurd that don't even go there. And Omar Gooding said the same thing about his brother. He's like, "Do you think he would have did that?" He's like, "No. My brother got 2 black belts and he boxes. No, like, I mean, I guess people don't see that in Cuba, but he
wasn't a shadow boxer.
But so he's about that life. So so most of Hollywood is a no-go. So he just found the one person.
Right.
I mean, but hell, even Chris Rock said it, man. He said, like, out of all the people that's been talking all this mess, the main person that you want to hit on is me.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Amazing.
Nutty Professor, she had a shoulder-length wig. Yeah, she's never been, and that's why she was replaced by Janet Jackson, like the next Nutty Professor movie.
Right. Mm-hmm. That wig on her head didn't do her any justice. It really didn't. Because even looking at the movie, I was trying to find the sex appeal, and I just couldn't do it.
And that's why they didn't show her in slow motion.
True.
Like, even in that movie, like, you're not a slow motion chick. You're just not.
Yeah, it just didn't work. I was just like, God bless you, Jada.
That'll work for her. Like, Jada just ain't it, man.
Nah, it's just not her. Nothing against Baltimore chicks. She just happened to be that cute hood chick that probably people in the hood probably like, but nothing like fantastic to look at.
I think that she probably was like a hood chick that pretended to not be hood.
It's possible, yeah.
For guys who wanted something new, for hood dudes that wanted something new.
I don't know. Like I said, her story, everything about her story and her mother is technically hood. Her mother used to be a crackhead too, so.
Yeah, I'm saying she was a hood chick that pretended to not be a hood chick because she likes.
Oh, I see what you said. Yeah.
She was acting.
Yeah, got you. Okay.
I'm a sophisticated lady.
Because when you think about it, when they introduced her to the different world, she was basically what? A hood chick.
A hood chick.
Yeah. She was playing herself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But she dated a good guy, a religious guy in that show.
Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. That's all that was.
Yeah.
I think the only difference is that good guy in the show actually fought Tupac. Shoot.
No, what's that? Bubba Robinson? He fought Tupac for real?
Yeah, Bubba Robinson, yeah.
Oh, he did in real life? I don't think he did on the show.
No, not in real life on the show. No,
I remember him doing it on the show. Like on the show.
No, remember he got into it with the people on the show because Pac's character was trying to test him, see if he was really about that accent, and Bubba was like,
Hello?
Yeah, he was like, I got your choir, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Right.
I'm gonna watch that again.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can find bits of it on YouTube. Put in Tupac, different world.
Yeah.
They got clips all over. Class, you good down there?
stuff in a different world that you don't catch until later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my show back in the day when I was old enough to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was always old enough to watch it. It came on.
Yeah.
It was Cosby Show, Cheers, then A Different World. And
Now,
That's the
however,
order.
there was somebody that did beat Tupac's ASS. That was on the set of Juice. So the dude that played Raheem, he really that was concerned. He really.
Oh, you
did
talking about
Like
Khalil?
character?
Khalil Kane?
Khalil
Yeah.
Kane, yeah, he did fight Tupac and whooped his tail. That did
really?
happen.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So is that why he shot Raheem?
Yeah, that's probably why right there. He probably added that to the scene right after. He like, no, I got to kill Raheem in that movie.
You know what? He brings up a good point because actually, if you look at the Drink Champs series with Special Ed, Ed was auditioning for the part of Raheem, and Tupac was able to squeeze him into that movie. He tried to tell him, he said, you auditioned for Raheem, and he didn't get it. He said, no, I didn't get it. He said he went over to talk to the director. 5 minutes later, I got you a scene. So he could have had that added into the movie of Raheem getting shot.
Yeah, but you want to know what makes that so ironic now that you mentioned that?
Go ahead.
Special Ed was the dude that took Raheem's
His girlfriend. Yeah.
Wow.
Facts. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all know Trench was in that movie.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was like one of the background people.
Yeah. He said nothing in the whole movie. He was just looking crazy at people.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah, I got camera time.
Right.
Tupac got $15,000 for that movie.
Wow.
Shoot. I don't think a lot of people thought that it was gonna be what it ended up turning into be though.
Especially after the
Omar Epps had a name. Queen Latifah had a name.
Well, Queen Latifah definitely. Like Flex had a name somewhat. Samuel L. Jackson was starting to get there because he was in that movie.
And Cynthia from In Vogue. This has
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they think we would take off?
Yeah. I mean, shoot. I mean, at the time when it came out, who's to say what they thought process was about how the movie was going to go in theaters and stuff. But see, now look at.
Think that Pac was gonna. I think that they thought that Pac wasn't gonna fight it when they shortchanged him.
Right.
And then not to mention there was a follow-up. It was other movies before Juice. You had Boys in the Hood. You had Menace to Society. Then you had that movie Fresh, and then it was Juice. So people wasn't for sure at that time if it was going to match up with all the other movies.
And it did too.
And it did. So.
Yeah,
I still watched it.
If you want a popular rapper or an up-and-coming rapper, you had a popular actor, Omar Epps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, in a time when movies like that was hitting, so yeah, they had every reason to know. They just want to shortchange them, I think.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because I think at that time, Brother Man was pretty poor, so it was like they can pay him less than minimum. He's new on the scene. You don't got to pay him that much because even what was the big man's name? Still Jermaine Hooks or Hugs, whatever his name is. He was
Jermaine Hopkins.
Hopkins, yeah, he was in Lean on Me, so he had a name as well with Morgan Freeman. So
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, almost everybody in that movie had a name except for Pac because he was the new guy.
Yep.
Well, we still knew who he was even then.
Yeah, because I mean, he just came away from Digital Undergrounds. He was starting to do his own thing, but he, said we knew his star was rising. But once that movie Juice came out, we saw how good he was in that movie. Then, of course, with all the albums he came after that, it just like took off, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep, that's how that works.
All right, I gotta head out, y'all.
All right, GC.
I might be
Take
back.
care, GC.
I might be back. Here, but I gotta head somewhere by 9. All right, peace.
All right, man.
All right.
Take care, GC.
Thanks for being on the panel, homie. Shoot. All right. Didn't you say you had another topic, H&M?
No, that was my topic.
Oh, okay.
I have a
Carly
topic.
The Carly Russell thing. That was my topic.
All right, all right. Well, you said you got a topic, Classy. What's your topic, homie?
Yeah, the recent video has been going viral about the young lady that was in the car with the gentleman that was upset about her going to the Cheesecake Factory. What y'all
Oh
think about
wow.
Oh, that video.
that? And it was
I'm a,
the crazy thing about that video was that it seemed like she was more concerned about getting likes. She was on her phone. She was more concerned about getting likes and attention from everybody else, just to, instead of just enjoying the date with this gentleman. And let me let you know right now, this cat wasn't even black. He was like of probably somewhat of Arabic descent or Indian.
Oh wow.
So I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, I gotta say this. You're literally portraying the image bad for black women who want to date interracially by you doing that to
right.
him. But go ahead. What do y'all think about that? But I
And
don't
that's
know.
the thing. We talk about the backlash passport bros get. Well, do you see any foreign men coming over here to deal with our women? Nope. Nope. You don't see that. And there you go. And I guess I'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow when I do my show about women having high standards, because that's a prime example.
And
I mean, seriously, why do you require a man to go all? Why can't you go to a damn chain restaurant or walk in the park or a coffee date just to get to know a man? Seriously, this is a get to know.
And she contradicted herself when you listen to the video. He was extremely respectful to her, but she contradicted herself. He was like, I didn't ask to come up to your house, to your door, and I respect that. And she was like, well, I don't even know you. But I'm like, well, this is your first date. You didn't really know him then. This is your first time trying to get to know him. Why do you need to go to a 5-star restaurant right off the bat to prove that you're worthy? I'm like, it sounded like another foodie date to me. Now the girl was beautiful, but at the same time, it was just kind of like, well, what's wrong with the Cheesecake Factory? Hell, I love going to Cheesecake Factory. Do you have to go to Maestro's? Ruth Chris ain't, I'm not going to say the word S, but it ain't nothing to me.
Yeah.
So it's
Isn't
like,
the food so pricey?
But at the same time, I had a situation like that one time when I was living back in Oklahoma City. This is when the Oklahoma City Thunder was setting off, when we had Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden at that time.
Yeah.
And Kevin Durant had opened a restaurant downtown in Bricktown, brand new hot spot. Now, here's how I played out the date. First thing that I did was I told the girl, I said, we're gonna go on a morning date. I said, whatever you do, don't put on no makeup. Don't, get all dressed out. I said, she looked good naturally. I said, wear your hair in a nice little ponytail, keep your cornrows or whatever. Wear some jogging pants. And we're going to go to the Botanical Garden. Now, the Botanical Garden is downtown in Oklahoma City. It's literally like, a mile away from Kevin Durant's restaurant. And she got pissed off in the morning. Now, remind you, it's like 95 degrees. This woman came out in full makeup. Oh, why did you invite me out here like that? I said, did I not tell you not to wear anything like that? Well, why do you want to go to a botanical garden? I said, dear, this is our first date. It's quiet. The scenery is nice. We can sit down at a park bench, look at the beautiful tree, what they call the greenhouse effect with all the beautiful plants. We can have some time to talk to know each other. I want to see how how your behavior is before I take it to the next level. Because if her behavior was right, I was going to say, all right, get ready for our second date tonight. Get dressed. We're going to go to Kevin Durant's restaurant because it was a new hot spot. But she got so mad and took off. I was just like, well, I see where your head is. So I'm deuces. I was like, well, I can handle it. Because some females, a lot of females nowadays, they don't get, you can have a blessed time without going out to spend a whole lot of money for basically no reason. Me, I'm an old school type of guy. Hell, I'll go to a botanical garden or a baseball park with a picnic basket, stuff that I like to cook. So it can just be me and you. We can chill and relax. We don't need to be around a big scene.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Yeah, I mean, I miss those days. I mean, nowadays girls got to be on their phone. They got to be seen. And it's like, if you want to think about it, just like people out in LA, if you see a person driving a Mercedes, we don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. People don't care.
Yeah, because it's nothing new. I don't have a Mercedes, but I get where you're going.
Yeah, it's just whatever, Ray. I see you. Look like I'm going to play golf. Hey, I do. I mean, that's what doctors
Don't
do.
worry.
I don't play that though.
And I know y'all are wondering, Melly dropped off. She got to take care of something. She'll be right back. So let's just keep the conversation going. Yo, she'll be back.
Yeah, so I don't understand these females nowadays, and I'm not gonna like. Although we see videos that you see majority of black women doing this, I'm not even gonna put that stigma. Oh, I'm not even gonna. I don't know where those words are coming from, but
I
I'm
don't
not
know
even
either,
gonna
bro.
put that stigma. I'm not gonna put that stigma on this black woman. It's just women nowadays. They have literally lost their mind. And that's why when I see Kendra G show, you see women. Oh, I want a man that makes 100K, but I got 4 or 5 kids by 3 different dudes.
You know what that is? That's because she wants a man to come in there and save her from her bad decision. It was
Oh,
her bad.
Yeah. This you can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
You can't make this shit up, really. They've been looking for a man to just come save them from their horrible mistakes.
And it's crazy. It's like you expect a man with just money alone. I'm like, no, dear. You do what KS said. You need to go seek therapy because no man, it doesn't matter how much money that a man has, that you have behavioral problems that money cannot fix. And you have to understand, let's just say hypothetically that a woman like that gets with a man that makes that type of money. She's going to revert back to the same patterns that she did with the baby fathers that she had.
Exactly right. It ain't like when she get that high caliber man. She gonna flip a switch and be all in her femininity, be all submissive to this guy because he's got the wealth, the status, and the power that she wants. No, it don't work that way. We talked about that on a previous stream. Conditioned femininity.
Absolutely.
If we can't turn our masculinity off and on, then they can't turn their femininity off and on.
Exactly. And God forbid, and I do not mean any disrespect to anybody from the LGBT community. And I'm going to be very light when I say this.
Very light.
Do you think a guy who happens to be of that community is just going to be completely masculine to a woman? Let's just say he played it off on the first date. Do you think his patterns and his behavior is going to stay the same throughout their relationship? No, he's going to revert back to what he knows and what he's comfortable with.
Second nature.
Absolutely. Yeah. And this is why I try to tell these females, I'm like, do you honestly think you're ready for a guy like that? I'm like, I'm like, what circles have you been around that has been like around these upper class circles? I said, do you know how they operate? Well, no, I've seen it. I'm like, no, not because you've seen it. Have you seen how they operate? For you to get that type of guy, there is a certain structure and a certain type of woman that you have to be to get around those clubs. I'm not talking about NBA basketball players, MLBs, or NHLs, nothing like that. I'm talking about real, true businessmen who come together in conglomerates. And they have women that were born in that structure and they know how it operates. And they can sniff out a female that's not part of that lifestyle. They're gonna look you up and down. They are gonna size you up from your dress, your demeanor, and the way you talk. And if it's off just by a little bit, those females in that group, they're gonna clown the hell out of you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did this. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, H&M.
Yeah, I've always said when it comes to this dating stuff with the men and women, I always believe the less she demands, the more likely she is to receive.
Absolutely.
So if she's out here demanding you take her to a 5-star restaurant or spend hundreds of dollars on this within the first date and barely knows you, she is not worth. She's demanding too damn much. And that's what she's going to expect on every single interaction, every single date. Every time y'all link up, ooh, let's go buy this. I want to go here because that's how you started. That's how you started it all. AKA, don't lead with your damn wallet. I know men who've done it. I know men who've done that before and they get screwed over. I damn near did it myself, but I caught myself last minute. So had to cut her off.
Oh, and newsflash, ladies, you say you want to date blue collar men. Newsflash, doctors are blue collars.
Oops.
Damn. There you go. And y'all make hella money doing what y'all do, right?
Absolutely. But what do blue collar men do? They use their hands, ladies.
Yeah.
What are white collar type of workers? politicians, mayors, aldermen that don't really do nothing but talk, get paid to talk. Mayors.
Yeah. Basically the real suits and ties. Yeah.
Yes. Those are suit and ties, the lobbyists, all those people are white collars, not doctors. Being a doctor is a high class trade. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even I knew that because, like I said, in the field I work in, I've rubbed shoulders with a lot of them, so I already knew what class he was talking about.
Oh, and also, ladies, let me bust down something to you. You better know what rank doctor that you're dating too, because if he's a first-time resident, he's starting off at $50,000.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
See, that's something a lot of these ladies do not know. Just like being ranked in the army, not just the army, but the armed force in general. If you are private, are you gonna be making colonel money? No.
Hell no.
And that's the thing. It's just the status of that MD alone gets every woman thinking that every doctor is driving a Benz, a Ferrari. No, they're not.
Ray, what the hell are you talking about? Ray, you better get your boy. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
But yeah, it amazes me. I'm like, you ladies, and I'm thinking to myself, isn't the idea to get a man in general, when you see those shows, is to present yourself in a manner like first time presentation? Shouldn't showmanship and presentation be the higher point when you go on Kendra's show?
Yeah. I noticed that a lot too. They have no presentation. They cam up wearing bonnets. They cam up in chaotic environments. And Kendra, I'm gonna say there are times when she'll let it all slide, but then there are times like she did in the video we just saw. She just couldn't let that go. She just couldn't let that go. That's why I got mixed feelings about her. One minute she's letting it all slide, but the next minute she's holding women accountable. I'm like, damn girl, pick a side already.
But see, Kendra's doing her very best not to transform into Kevin Samuels. You can see it in a few of her shows.
Oh yeah.
How much as she doesn't like that man, you can see the transformation. It's basically saying, I'm getting tired of you. You can see it. That's why she got
she getting tired of you bitches.
Yeah, that's why she got that young man, what's his name, Zach, and all the rest of them taking over the show. Part of her is tired of dealing with these ladies. You can tell. But she's trying to keep it because she wants the show to keep going. That's the difference between Kevin Samuels and the people he had on his show versus the people that she has on her show. And I'm not just talking about the women. I'm talking about the dudes too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see a lot of dudes on Kendra G's show, honestly.
I don't either, but it's they're on there though. It's not on a big scale like Classy said, but they're there.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, that old UK dude that was on Kendra G's show on the last panel.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh my God, I remember him because I know Swag posted this on his side. I think he posted on Melody's side too. Because he was in the panel that day. I was in the discussion. I remember he said some hella disrespectful BS to Swag, talking about you want control of women, but when someone outside the state call you out, you lose control. What the are you talking about?
What was the conversation about that made him take
the craziest thing about this, Classy? I think you was there too, Classy, because we had this conversation. This is when the whole Ebony K. Williams situation happened. When she was talking about the not settling for the bus drivers and stuff like that. She wanted to go for the bus driver, the owner of the bus station or whatever.
Right.
So, like, he came up there. He started talking about all this irrelevant stuff. Now, mind you, everybody on the panel was getting on this dude, basically saying, yo, man, this ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm the only one that's, like, letting this dude speak. I'm the only one that's like, yo, just let him get his point out. And if he ain't getting to the topic within a certain time period, then we go be like, yo, what are you doing? But I let him have his time to talk or whatever. But then he talking about, you know what, you can't, you always got to have control over the ladies. You got to do anything and everything, and you always have to be about controlling the panel. You always doing this stuff. And I'm like, dude, like, and I'm just sitting here like, dude, who are you talking to? Like, I know you ain't talking to me. And then I was just like, dude, I'm trying to let you talk. And then, you know what I'm saying? He's like, well, go ahead and drop me then. I'm like, dude, nobody said that they was going to drop you, bro. Like, what is you talking about? And then I was like, oh, so you want me to drop you? He's like, go ahead and do it. I don't give a fuck. And I was like, bye. Just got him up out of there.
Now that
And you
come to
know
think
what?
about it, I remember now.
It's too bad you dropped him when you did, because I remember I wanted to say something to his little monk ass too, but you dropped him. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And
I
you
mean,
know
the
me by
man.
now. You
Hey,
know me.
the
I don't respond well to bullshit. I don't respond well to nonsense. That was nonsense. I would have been cussing up a storm if you hadn't kicked him out. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you, man? Be respectful to the panel. And if
hey,
you say
man.
something to me, gloves are coming off. It's on, baby. But
Hey,
it is
man.
what it is.
The dude said to drop him. I asked him a bunch of times if he was sure. He said, go ahead. I don't give a fuck. I just gave the man what he wanted. I was like Santa Claus. I gave him a Christmas present.
That's a lump of coal.
Lump of coal, whatever. He got what he asked for.
Yeah, he did. But at the same time, though, like I say, I would rather women to take it. Speaking of Ebony K. Williams, I mean, that last video, she basically admitted defeat. And that's why I was trying to tell everybody that was on the panel that day, especially Glock, even though he's not on the show no more, Glocktavius at the time.
Yeah.
He's trying to
Even
argue
he
me down. And I told him, I said, Glock, I said, at the end of the day, she's not real. I said the whole bus driver scenario was just an analogy. I said she was taking shots at middle or hard-working blue-collar men in general. I said Ayala Van Zant was using that as an example. And he was like, well, what if it? I said, all right, think about this. And I always tell ladies this. Let's not talk about the men that you don't want. Let's talk about the men that you do want. And that's what she was doing. She's talking about men that she knows she never wants to date. You a woman that's worth $3 million. Why are you worried about a bus driver?
Wow.
You have a certain class of men that we all know. There's a certain, you fit the frame of what upper class men want. What kills it for women like Ebony K. Williams? Attitude. The attitude is what killing. That's why the man that she was engaged to rather do quarantine with his kids instead of his soon-to-be wife. That should tell you something right there. That should give you a bird's eye view. I don't want to be around you. Stay where you at. I'm gonna stay right here with my children.
I mean, even Glock was getting annoyed by that whole thing. Say what you will about the man, but even he got annoyed with the nonsense and tried to change the subject and increase the peace. But it didn't work, unfortunately.
No, it didn't work because at the end of the day, in order to get these women to understand, not just Ebony K. Williams, it's all these women that want a certain men. What are your results right now? Well, I'm trying to get myself together. How long is that going to take? Because you're already 38 years old. You think a man of that caliber is going to be going after a woman? What? It's going to take you, another 15 years? You're going to be almost 60.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you know how that go. We can't date younger. We got to stay in our own age bracket. Man, the hell with that.
Well, we all know the reason behind that. These women know that, hey, if the older men are going after younger women, we don't have nothing left but the pocket rockets.
Yeah. Now, granted, I will say this. I'm not going to say young. I've said it before. Younger ain't better. Older ain't better. Because I've seen some mentally unstable 20-something-year-olds. I've seen some mentally unstable 40-year-olds. So it ain't about the age. So I don't understand the shame. And let a man pick whatever age bracket he wants to pick. As long as you ain't no illegal dealing with no kids kind of stuff. If she's legal, whatever.
No, I agree.
But to sit there and think older is better, we should stay within our own age range. Because granted, if I had my way, I would stay in my own age range. But what am I going to do with a 40-year-old that can't give me kids?
That's the point of the situation. What is the use for a man that has bust his butt all his life to get to a certain level? And the first person he needs to marry is a person that has a lot of mental baggage and cannot produce kids.
Yeah.
Because if he dies off, if he's married to the one, he dies off, she gets everything.
Correct. You can always adopt a child, but hey, that costs money.
Yeah, and you got to take in consideration, let's say if her name is based into the will, right? She could be talking crap to you at your own wedding. Oh, you wasn't no punk. You never gave me no money. Just like Travis Kelce. You never paid for anything when we went out.
Right.
Jada Black said Travis Kelsey wrote him and said that wasn't true. How do you be with somebody 5 years with that caliber of money? He ain't never bought you nothing. Do y'all firmly believe that?
Yeah.
Oh
I
man.
mean, the youngest I will date at my age is 30. She could be 30 and up. I don't want no 26, 25-year-old. That's too young even for me, but that's just my preference.
And I understand and I can respect that, but at the same time, though, it's not saying that something in general is just wrong with older women. I'm not saying that, but we're just talking about the caliber of men that they want. Those men are going to want a whole lot of legacies, and after they have kids with that young person, she may be the main wife, but they're definitely going to have another person on the side producing more legacies. That's just what that lifestyle is. And even KS said it he said it many times. If you go into that environment, you better understand if you make it to the wife level, you're not going to be the only one. So that's why they have an understanding. That's why when you look at these old movies, while the rich husband is going off to work doing this thing, what is the wife doing? She's flirting with the garden boy or the swimming pool guy because they have an arrangement. You can do whatever you want, long as you don't have kids or bring any unnecessary diseases to our household.
Damn.
That is a true statement. That's a true statement. But at the same time, these women's like, oh, I want him to be monogamous. I got all this money and about 1 million women coming after me. You think I'm gonna be monogamous to you? You better shut the hell up and be happy with the life that I provide you.
Right. Now, granted, a high value man can be monogamous and commit to one person, but guess what? He's not. But guess what? He's not in any hurry to get married compared to the average dude. He'll play the field. He got options. He'll play the field till he's old and dead, possibly. So he's in no hurry to get married and start a family. That's what they don't understand. They can commit, but they're not in any hurry to do it.
Absolutely, but at the same time, you got to understand something. Within that environment, you have to get married. You have to get married because at the same time, the group that you're around, you're going to be a part of that group. You know how they used to call it the skull and bones group? We have all these rich and wealthy men. When they go out, you have to have a wife present in the situation. That's just how they run their little groups. You have to have a wife. You can't be single in those groups. It's just like being the president of the United States. You can't be single being the president of the United States.
You gotta have a first lady. You gotta have a first lady.
Damn. So as single men, we can't become president in the near future until we get married.
Yes, that's
pretty much.
Yes, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yes, that's just how those environments work. Now, if you're a young dude and you just got it like that, and you're not in your 40s or 50s, yeah, what you say is right, H&M. Yeah, you ain't in no hurry to get married. I got the oyster. The whole world is my oyster. Yeah. I got these 10s here in America, and guess what? I'm going to make you compete with the 10s over in Brazil and bring them back here in America and Colombia. Now what? Oops, you got a problem. They know how to cook and clean.
Wow. And over here, we consider that slavery. Ain't that about some shit?
Yeah.
Right.
Would you rather be sitting your ass at home cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a good man? Would you rather be outside busting your ass, wearing yourself out, or whatever, and building all that masculine energy and bringing that home to the man?
Yeah. Oh, I got a career too. I don't care. Why you don't care? Because I can't spend it. You're gonna expect me to spend everything. That's why I don't care.
Right.
Right. It's like, so you saying that you bring it to the table, but you ain't utilizing it. So it's like, what's the point of talking to me about it?
Yeah, and then if I'm a high caliber man, I'm working 10, 16, sometimes the whole night. I got to get sex whenever I can get it. So when you're ready, it doesn't matter to me. When I'm ready, you better be prepared to be ready to get this thing, and then I'm going to work and go to sleep. Don't bother me.
Don't bother me.
That's how they act.
I feel that, man. Shoot, absolutely. Absolutely.
I try to tell people this ain't no game. I mean, you better be. You think you're having a hard time with a regular guy cheating on you? Man, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, these high caliber men, these high value men that they want so much at a step out their marriage, you got to realize a lot of those women are always going to be trying to get their hands on them. So you're for sure gonna have to either learn how to share or just go have to worry about trying to get the lower level guys. Like, what other choice do you have? Because a guy that's a high value, a high maintenance, high power, whatever you want to call it, he's always going to have options no matter how old he is. So it's like you coming into his world, you got to bring something to that table that ain't no other woman is bringing. You got to be able to bring some type of asset to him that's going to make him look at you and be like, you know what? You doing something that I know ain't none of these women gonna do for me. So boom, you gonna be my, let's roll with it. But if all you can talk about is, oh, I can offer you cigs, he can get that from the next woman over there. Or, oh, I could cook for you. A lot of women know how to cook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I mean, you got to be able to do something that's gonna set yourself apart. You can't just do something and thinking that, oh, you could get by with just the same old, same old. This ain't yesteryear. You got to bring something else to the table to make that man look at you and really choose you.
And
That's
this
all
is
I gotta say
why
about
I
In
that.
try
other
to
words,
tell. Oh, go
can you
ahead.
offer him peace of mind?
But even with that H&M, that's a great point. But even with more than that, I try to tell these women first, you have to get your foot inside the building. There's a whole bunch of tens, women that's built in great shape. They're in the building and they all are on some Hunger Games type stuff to be the wife. A lot of them ain't gonna make it.
Nope, they really not. They really gonna have to partake in the Hunger Games if they trying to be that one.
Exactly. Just like KS said back when he was alive. What did he say? He said it's blood sport. It's competition.
It is. Because, I mean, think about it. They expect men to compete in the blood sport just to get with them. So why can't it be the same way for men?
Yeah, in the name of equality.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm thinking to myself, you think a man of that caliber give a damn about your equality? Not by a long shot.
No, not at all. Not at all. Because
Just
I
like,
mean,
oh, go ahead.
shoot, he got a whole. I'll make this quick.
No,
Like he got a whole bunch of resources at his disposal. Like, what exactly are you going to do? Like I said, to set yourself apart, to give him something that he can't get from anywhere else. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're not talking about, you know, money, well staggered. We don't care about that shit. Hell, it's not even about the sex, because honestly, we can get sex from just about any woman. So, so all this stuff about I am the table, I'm the table. What? Okay, how is your table any better than the last table I ate off of just a few nights ago? Really? How are you? You ain't got nothing. I ain't already seen a half before. Shit. So what more can you bring me besides all that sexy thickness? Seriously.
And let me go ahead
to the strip club and get that.
And let me go ahead and throw in the next caveat. Those women that have actually been married to their men for a long time, why do you think they keep going back to the under the knife to get facial surgeries and boobs and all that stuff? They're trying to do their best to stay attractive for the man that married them, because they're afraid that they're going to go off and find another young person. It's like you, the old person. Remember that old joke they used to say, oh, he got about 10 wives in his closet?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's where that came from. It's like, she old, next woman up. I got legacy to get before I leave this earth. Look at people like Michael Jordan. Look at people like Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I got all these billions. I'm trying to spread as much seed. I'm supposed to be fruitful. That's what I'm doing. And I have the resources to back it up. All the powerful men, hell, Genghis Khan had 1,000 wives.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, why do you think a lot of those men that's African always got a lot of concubines?
There you go.
That's what they call them?
Yeah, they call them concubines. Mm-hmm.
I thought Jamaicans called them that, but okay.
They probably do, but I mean...
They probably do, but I know for a fact Africans call them that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Concubines.
You go off in them little tribal land, don't way.
Right.
Got the little red dreads talking about, oh, mocha pena by you for me, y'all.
Right, oh man.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to South Africa. I've been to Cape Town. Oh, Nairobi. Oh God, can't wait to go back there. In Kenya, those women are just like Brazilian women, but African, beautiful.
Oh man.
Man, I would want every black man to get that experience just one time in their life.
Oh
Want
yeah.
to go overseas?
Yeah, well, not just to just go overseas. I mean, even that in general, yes, but I mean, just experience Africa one time. You're gonna look at those sisters over there and be like, my.
I can only
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like, it's like I said, it will literally deter you away from American women. When I got my first taste, when I first went to Brazil, I almost cussed the custom agent man out. Do you smoke cigarettes? I was like, the fuck you be? He said, never mind. I can tell. No, welcome home. And
You
he
saw that
knew.
American in you.
But it's funny because he knew. He said, you came back from Brazil. I saw you. He said, I know. I've been there before. I was like, there you go. Because I mean, think about it. You going into a country where the black women love to wear afros. They live at the beach, thin waist, cornrows, every color that you want to. If you dream up in your head, it's there. And they're submissive. They're nice. They're sweet. Even if they turn you down, it's not get away from me, Nick. No, it's well, I have a boyfriend, but I can introduce you to my friend.
Damn, they got it like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, you don't get that here in the West. Here is just, why you being so thirsty? Get the hell away from me, yo ugly creep. Oh no, I don't want to hear that. No.
Yeah. My friend back in Brazil, she was like, Corey, what is a pygmy? I was like, that's a long story. I said a story that you don't even want to venture down into. She's like, well, can you give me a small version of what pygmy mean? I said, basically, it is a woman that basically is on a man's program or agrees with him for the most part. And if you don't disagree with that man, you are considered a pygmy. She was like, don't every woman want a man? I was like, well, in our case in America, no.
Correction. They say they want a man, but they want a certain type of man. And that type of man ain't checking for her.
Not in a million years. That's why I always ask women, you always, especially within our community, all black men ain't this. No. There's about 23 million black men in America. Let's talk about the ones you dealt with. Because I know you didn't date every black man in your city to make that comment true. No, it's just something that you're doing wrong. Even if the dude flat out told you that, yeah, man, I got about 20 baby mamas. You still accepted him.
Exactly.
So it's like, you at least take that accountability.
Yeah, at least take responsibility for the men that you choose. Now, granted, if I chose some trash women or women that I know are not date worthy, yes, many times, but I dealt with them accordingly.
Yeah.
I know, because trust me, I've seen my fair share of trash to know what a precious treasure looks like. But I dealt with them accordingly. We can go out, smoke, drink, have fun. If we sleep together, it is what it is, but we ain't getting married. I'm sorry. You're not a wifey qualified type. So I deal with those set women accordingly.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, absolutely.
And I've heard more men take accountability for the women that they chose. Like myself, for example, that I've had women take accountability for the men that they choose. With women, it's like, well, all black men are trash. All black men cheat. No, just the ones you chose. With us men, it's like, well, I've had my good ones. I've had my bad ones. All women don't cheat. Just the ones I chose to mess with were doing that dirty ish. But hey.
Yeah, me too.
So,
I
yeah,
messed up because she had a big booty.
Yeah. Bell Bibb DeBoe said it best. Don't trust a big butt in the smile. She's poison.
Yeah. Been there and done. I think all of us have been there nowadays, but it never deterred me to say that each and every single black woman on the planet is just trash.
No.
Because I'm like, even when those speaking of another topic, like the situation with all the guys that were dressed in suits.
I saw that one. A guy named Platinum Elite covered that.
Yeah, Platinum. Yeah, I mean, some of those guys I actually know personally, and I'm like, you see them in suits. Of course, that's their whole spiel. That's their thing. That's their shtick. But at the same time, I'm like, I went on a young lady's site. Oh, they look like they don't take care of their kids. They look like, I said, dear, do you even know any of these men? I'm like, or are you just projecting your situations with the men that you dealt with? I'm like, these dudes, some of those dudes were investment bankers. They were businessmen. Maybe not at the caliber that you expected to be, But those guys are getting some real money. And I'm like, if you would have been at that event, have you seen what the black women there look like? Take a look at them and take a look at you. Because when I saw what I saw at that event, I saw some fine sisters that was dressed to the nines, feminine, beautiful, and thin. The one that was giving problems, thick, tattooed up, masculine.
See, there you go. She would not have fit into that environment, and she knew it.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, these ladies, I'm like, y'all talk about environments that y'all have never experienced in your whole entire life. So what a guy like a Usher type of somebody had the money. They took you. Here's how they play it off, and they do this here in Los Angeles. Oh, I dated so and so. So we've been together. No. Bull crap. He took you out one time. You had sex with him, and that was the end of it. You never driven his car. You never seen his house. Y'all went to a high class hotel in the Marina Del Rey, and that was it. He had sex with you on a yacht. That was it.
Yep. I've done that before. Well, not the yacht thing, but I've done that before. Take her out once, go back. Well, I'm going to say a week later, I'm smashing. So been there, done that.
And then the crazy thing about these women, once they get these men and they, have their little urges with them or whatnot, or been seen out in public with them one time, what they usually do is they'll carry that onto their girlfriends. Oh, I dated another, and she has a picture of them. And she would say, oh, yeah, we'll be together for about a year or so. But the problem with those ladies, they never really take time out to say, well, okay, where are y'all at now? They'll just get bad. They'll just bask in that moment. Oh, girl, you so lucky. You so cool. But your best friend on the other side, behind her brain, she's talking about, man, fuck that bitch, man. I look better than her.
Right.
It's like, come on, dog. I'm like, please stop. It's like you met the man one time, you went out, he saw you attractive, and you probably went to him and said, so when can I call you again? He said never, and drove off.
Dang.
Wow.
That's how it works.
Wow. I rarely have that experience. I had one chick that was so boring. I said, you know what? Here's your coffee. End of date. Ain't talked to her since then. It's been 10 years. She was just too bored.
Wow. Yo, that's
Brother,
crazy.
I've been there with you, dude. I had a girl that disrespected me one time. I took her ass to Costco to get the free samples for a date.
Costco's?
Yeah, Costco's is like Sam's Club, like those big.
Okay.
Yeah, I took it. Where they give the little samples there.
Yeah,
I took her on a date to get the samples in a cup of Pepsi. She's like, what is this? This ain't no date. I said, I know it ain't. I said, your attitude has deferred me to take you to something less low class.
Wow.
Oh, man.
And I had one girl that I dropped up. She pulled that same crap that the girl did on the internet about going to a high class restaurant. Oh, I took her to the high class restaurant. I took her to the tables that we reserved. I told her I was going to the bathroom. I called the valet to go get my car, and I drove off.
Was it that bad? Whoa.
Oh, yeah, it was worse than what you saw with the video, girl. She was like, man, you suck. You look like you got a little penis. So what, you got a nice cover? I let her go ahead and play it off. I said, I'm going to take you to the restaurant you want to go. Oh, that's right, daddy. I said, you ain't going to be saying that once. What I'm going to do to you. I went and got a table. We went to sit down at the booth. I said, I'll be right back. I called the valet to go get my car. I paid him a tip of $20. It was the best $20 I ever spent. I left her ass in that restaurant.
Wow. And you notice how she flipped the switch the second you get to take her to the red restaurant she wanted to go to. Oh my God.
Switched real quick. I went from the worst thing that a man could ever possibly be created by God to the best thing that God ever created within a matter of 2 minutes.
Wow. She flipped that real quick.
Yeah. But see, yeah, and she was fine as hell. But I told myself, you know what? You a LA 5 at best. I've seen way better.
I ain't been to LA, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, trust me, it's an abundance of them out here. But at the same time, some of them you got to check. It's usually the ones that think that they're bigger and better than what they are, because some random female that she probably met in Bel Air or something up in the hills where Brentwood, where OJ probably met. She probably got some friends that told her something different, and she just ran with it.
Oh man,
we got a whole bunch of those chicks out here.
Oh man, hey man, that's what's up.
Yeah.
But y'all, man, shoot, we're about to come up on a 3-hour mark. So, and Melody said that she really got some computer issues, so she might not be able to come up and do the final thoughts. So,
Oh,
whoever,
Damn.
who want to go first for the final thoughts, man?
I'll go ahead and do it. I'll get it out
Yeah.
the way.
All right, go ahead, homie.
Well, the situation, like I said, I'll take it back to the previous topics that we talked about, just to keep it a little bit relevant to the show.
Yeah.
I really feel personally, I would not want to see Will Smith go out bad like this, because honestly, besides the slap, I think the dude is a great actor. Met him at on the campus site when they did the iRobot premiere. The guy was extremely nice to everybody. He wasn't stuck up. He was cool. I just think the brother mentally need to get some help and realize that the woman you chose wasn't the right woman. I would say this just like I would tell Corey, who I know personally that lives in Calabasas. I would tell Corey, do what Corey did. You cut your ties. You be respectful to your kids and their mother. You ain't got to say nothing crazy. You keep it respectful and you move on with your life. Because you know, you're in your 50s, man. Come on now. We only got so much time left as black men on this earth.
Exactly.
So just enjoy the rest of it. If you have to cut ties by giving this woman some money to get her away, go ahead and do it. If she's going to keep the Smith name, she's not going to get rid of the Smith name. It has too much legacy, power, and access. So we already got that clear. Let her keep the name, just like I let Tina keep her name, and just cut your ties and just go find another woman. I just want to see the brother happy again, because I think he really got a good heart. He's just being led by the wrong. I mean, he let the wrong woman lead him into a pitfall of bullcrap.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel about it. And judging on to the other topic, what was the other? Shoot, I didn't bring for it.
Basically, that chick that was spanking a 2-year-old.
The situation right there. This is my opinion. I think that comes from a lot of single mothers who really shouldn't have no business having children at all. That's how I feel about that situation. No way in God's green earth that a 2-year-old deserves to be cussed at like that and deserves to be beating like that. Because all it takes is a voice that projects right into their soul, and they'll cry or they'll simmer down. But to do that and also have go on a national syndicated internet show to do something like that for the world to witness, and that scumbag of a simp of a boyfriend, brother, whoever he was, putting his face on the camera, acting like a 2-year-old. Oh, duh, I didn't know Kendra. Both of y'all are idiots.
Idiots.
And I think the both of y'all need to be in jail. And that's my final thought.
That was a damn good final thought, homie. Appreciate that, man.
Salute H&M, Cali Killer Swag. Till next time, y'all.
Till next time, Classy.
All right. Bye.
All right, H&M, what you got to say, man?
Okay, I'll start with the Jada Pinkett situation. I'm like, to me, this stuff is just getting a little too out of control. I mean, he should have left that woman a long time ago. Honestly, from what it's bad enough that all this took place while they've been separated for damn near 7 years. But for her to sit up there and say she's still yearning for Tupac, she still misses Tupac Shakur, he's the best thing that he ever had, and all that kind of stuff, and then got her daughter hopping on the bandwagon, it's like, what is the matter with her? Don't you love Will? I mean, you got to leave certain shit in the past. Tupac been dead for almost, 27, 28 years now? 26 years now?
27 years.
Yep, 27 years. And how are you comparing a guy that's been dead for 27 years, 27 years to a guy that's currently in your life? That's a sign that you really don't love him, honestly. I mean, goddamn. So no, that stuff just don't make any sense. We'll need to just bulk up and leave that woman the hell alone and go find himself someone better. And for the record, I think his ex-wife, Sherry Zimpino, she's way more attractive. I don't know their whole story or whatever. They got married sometime in 92, 93 or whatever. From what I understand, stuck it out for 3 years. I don't know what the heck happened between them, but she's way more attractive than Jada. I can tell you that.
She was. Definitely. Still is, actually.
Yeah. And from what I understand, she got a part on the Housewives of Atlanta or something. That one of the little crappy reality shows.
I wouldn't know.
You're too good for that. Really? But
I wouldn't know.
And I mentioned the Carly Russell situation. This is ridiculous. because that was just ridiculous. It's bad enough she wasted taxpayers' money, wasted the community and law enforcement's money with that stupid ass hoax that she pulled. But now nobody's holding her accountable. The mom didn't call out the nonsense. The father didn't call out the nonsense. And now she's acting like a horrible, horrible example for other people. Because like I said, there were other stories in other states where young girls or young women are pulling stuff like this, going off the grid, I guess, to get back at somebody, or deliberately running away from home for whatever, God knows why. So when you don't hold people accountable for their bad behavior, you're almost setting a bad example for the young, for other young people. You're basically saying, oh, I can do this too. Some young person gonna see that and be like, well, I can do this too. If she can do it, I can do it too. No, it don't work that way. No, So they're setting up. I hope she gets some kind of jail time for this, but the mom got mad at the media for calling out her nonsense. And that's just bullshit to me. Why would you? Oh God. Put that, man, you better turn her ass in to the police. Shit. That's just crazy.
Yeah, it is.
If that was my daughter, no, your ass going, you gonna get some time. That was my child, and I found out you pulled a hoax like this. No, you're gonna get a verbal ass whooping. You better pray I'm not in the mood to give a physical ass whooping, but you gonna get some kind of punishment. Believe that. You gonna get something from me. Believe that. You ain't gonna just pull no mess like this and then act like everything's okie dokie. No.
Right.
That kind of mess doesn't need to fly. Oh boy. But yeah, that's my final thoughts. By the way, I'm doing my own show tomorrow morning around 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning to finish off the show I did today. I cut it short just so I can hop on this panel, but hey.
Yeah, we appreciate that, man.
But yeah, I'll be talking about women with high standards, kind of like what we were doing earlier. But I'll tie in some of what we said into my own show tomorrow morning.
Hey, that's
try
what's
to
up,
tune in
man.
if you can.
I mean, if I can, I'll catch the replay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my YouTube stream to blow up.
Right. Well, all right, H&M. Good final thoughts, man. Like always, dropping gems up in here, bro.
You're damn right. That's what I do. And I know Melody, I guess she ain't coming back up here for her final thoughts, but let me just say, you know how I do it. Shout out to Killer Swag. Get that bag. You don't care about them price tags.
Not at all. Not at all.
And my next shout out to Sweet Melody. I love what you're telling me. The way you be killing, that's a fellow knee.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure she'll love that when she watched the replay.
You're damn right. She'll probably love me even.
Okay. Well, all right, H&M, man. Shoot, let me go ahead. Deuces, homie. Oh boy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is another installment of Grown and Sexy Conversations. I wish Melody would have been up here to give her final takes, but like I said, I guess technical difficulties got the best of her tonight. So maybe next time she'll be able to do it. But as far as like my final thoughts, like I said, Jada really don't be caring about Will because all the hell that she putting that man through, and for what, yo? What is she really putting him through this for? Cause I mean, you talking about how much you love Tupac or something like that. And just like H&M said, the man been gone for 27 years, man. You gotta let that go. You know what I'm saying? And besides, Will is going above and beyond ruining his good name for you. So the fact that you don't even care and you constantly just want to throw his name in the mud like that, that's just foul, yo. And like I said, and I know this probably ain't gonna be the last time we talk about Jada. So I'm gonna just leave whatever I got to say for the next time that something else happens. Cause trust me, it's gonna be something else. It's gonna be something else to happen with Jada. So I'm gonna leave that for the next one. And for that topic with Kendra G, like I said earlier, man, it's disgusting. And like I said, and I feel so bad for like the women that really want to have kids but are not able to have kids. But then you have a woman like that that did what she did on that live. able to be able to conceive children like that, that's just messed up in my opinion, man. So that's all I really got to say on that particular subject, man. But I appreciate every single one of y'all for coming through for tonight's Grown and Sexy Conversations. Like I said, it normally would have been a packed out, but this was on such short notice, man. But next time, hopefully, we'll have a packed house, a packed panel for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, I'm about to shut this down because I have to get ready to go to work in a few hours, man. So I can't stay up here too much longer and do all this. So enjoy the rest of y'all mornings, people, your night, your evening, whatever it is. And if you like what you saw, hit that like button on the way out. Make sure you subscribe to Sweet Melody Media and make sure you subscribe to your boy Killer Swag 216, man. I'm trying to get to 400 subscribers, man. Come on, make sure you can help a brother out, man. That's all I really ask, man. So make sure you do that for us and share the content. Share both streams if you can. Share both of them on each of your platforms, whether if it's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, community posts, all that stuff. Share everything, man. So without further ado, man, your boy Killer Swag is about to get up out of here, man, because like I said, I need to get some rest because I gotta be getting ready for work in just a few hours. Your boy is getting off of vacation, so I gotta mentally prepare myself for what I'm about to deal with tomorrow and Sunday and Monday. So I'll holler at y'all on the next show. So stay safe, stay warm, and do y'all and stay grown and sexy, everybody. Deuces.
Leak better take off.
You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button.